5% off. Mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934. HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Doren. God bless you.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top-quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
When the clock strikes zero after every Nebraska football game, there's only one place to go for instant coverage. Tune in for the Husker After Party Postgame Show on 93.7 The Ticket for each game, win or lose. Call in with all your takes or text the show at 464-5685 and hear quotes from the players and coaches, too. It's the Husker After Party Postgame Show, sponsored by Anderson Ford and Vinnie Krekak of State Farm Insurance. In every office, there's two types of people. There are those who bring in bagels and those who eat the bagels that someone else brought in. Everybody likes the first person. Be that first person. Weekday mornings at 7:30, you have a chance to win a business box of bagels from Bagels & Joe. All you have to do is shut up, Sipple. 2 questions for you, 2 for Sip. Win, and the bagels are yours. Lose, well, you don't want to lose.
You lost Monday, you lost Wednesday, you're a loser.
Shut up, Sipple. Weekday mornings at 7:30, brought to you by Bagels & Joe. Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome to it, a Thirsty Thursday here at 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com, only on Old School brought to you as always by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. 3 Lincoln locations and 1 up in Omaha. I am Austin Norman. To my left, your right if you're watching on stream. Husker Hall of Famer at 9-year NFL. I was about to say NBA. You could hoop too. 9-year NFL vet, Jay Foreman. What's good?
It's all good in the hood, man. Another beautiful day. Day closer to beating the Spartans. The hay is in the barn. The barn isn't closed yet, but the hay is definitely in the barn. And now the excitement starts to really amplify.
Indeed. Pre-game coverage for us has been going on all week, but officially A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show will start at noon on Saturday, at which point the barn doors will be officially swung closed, and we'll see just how good the product in the barn is. Don't forget, you have a chance to win $1,000 every day, now just today and tomorrow here on 93.7 The Ticket, thanks to our Cash Blitz Keywords contest. Get your phone out. Get ready to text the following word to 508-777-1000. The following word will be the Cash Blitz keyword for the day. The word is rent. R-E-N-T. As in, Lamar Smith lives rent-free in Jay Foreman's head.
Look, no, I wouldn't say that, but the rent is due when you play team like Michigan State. We used to say that rent's due. Yeah, when we would about to go beat the brakes off the offense in a scrimmage on a Saturday.
Okay, first of all, I apologize for the shot across the bow. I just had to come up with something on the fly.
Not rent-free, but he's definitely in my memory. He's in my memory bank.
Indeed.
He's definitely in my iCloud.
You're right.
Yeah, but I don't
back it up.
I don't ever back it up, though.
Nope.
Yeah.
It might fall out eventually.
It seems every time I get a new phone, it just magically pops up.
Funny how that happens.
Yeah.
But RENT to 508-777-1000. Okay, let's jump off on that rent is due. Were y'all the rent collectors?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So Michigan State has got to pay you.
Yeah, they're a little late.
And you're going to send a message.
Yeah.
Make them
we don't even want the money no more. We want your heart. Now's the principle. But I think it's a great opportunity for the team to, get that bad taste out of their mouth. But they've been working on that for the last week or so. Also, Austin, before we get into Matt Rule's audio, I give it up, man. My man Chuck Foreman.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he made it to 52 players now. Yeah.
He's on the 52-man roster.
So we need him and Roger Craig to get in so we can get busy.
Come on.
Talk about a party, boy.
I say, how popping off would that party be?
It would
a 10 on the 1 to 7?
Oh, for sure. It'd be off the hook.
A 44 on the 1 to 7?
Yeah. I try to get Snoop in there to do that.
Woo.
I got a little link to Snoop.
Hello.
Unless you got some Omaha people or something, or somebody from Minnesota, maybe.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So what are the next steps?
If Prince was still alive, guarantee Prince would do it. He was always really good to us.
Nice. It's a cool flex.
Jimmy Jam or Terry Lewis.
Ooh.
He could hoop, though. They could hoop.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, we played at Crosstown all the time. He got a nice little, like a little crossover, get the rack a little bit.
Mm-hmm. If there's one basketball move that defines Minnesota basketball, what's the move?
Oh, it's got to be the George Mikan, right?
I think so.
Or the Kevin McHale post moves. Because, he doesn't count.
He does, but he doesn't.
He's from way up there.
Right.
He's up there in the Iron Ring.
He's from Minnesota, but you don't think of him in terms of the player.
No.
Minnesota. Are we doing like the Kevin Durant or Kevin Garnett, something from him? It's got to be Mikan, though, doesn't it?
You got the original Laker.
Yeah.
Got to be a George Mikan drill.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the homegrown talent. Chet's not there.
No. Suggs not there.
Devin George wasn't that.
No. Something Ant-Man's going to do?
Ant-Man, just whatever his dunks are.
Yeah,
Ant-Man is. As long as he keeps his head on straight, he'll be straight.
That's the $1 million question. Eric on our Starter Human Jewelers text line. Jay, I need to apologize for my comments yesterday.
Oh, you can apologize. That's fine, but it's already accepted. He already apologized. It's accepted. I understand. No big deal. It happens. Life happens, man. It's been tough. I appreciate your condolences, though. It's been tough with the unfortunate passing of Matt, and he was one of my close friends, great friend. did a lot of stuff together. I would probably say, I mean, obviously, I think I would, get to this place media wise, but he's he was probably more helpful than a lot of people. A lot of people don't know. He was very, very helpful for me in the sense of, we'd talk all the time. We did some stuff. And when I was doing my foundation, he helped out and his mom helped out tremendously with the bowling tournament, golf, all that. She was great. Megan and Ben, they all kind of, got behind it. We did it together. And then I got into the media stuff and I was doing TV. And when you do TV, you're live. This isn't pre-recorded.
Right. And that's how you knew you had to wear black with white because they match.
That's it, right? And or at least they would do it. Well, when I was down there at TV, they would say, "Bring 3 suits and leave them down here. We'll make sure they're dry cleaned and you'll be dressed." And they had the combination, so I always knew I looked decent on TV. But when I would, I would leave on Thursday afternoon or sometimes in the evening, or just whenever I could get down to Houston, and I would do like a quick hit there, and then I was on Thursday night, and that was NFL stuff. So that was kind of easy because it's Houston and whatever the team was on or whatever was going on, in the NFL at that time. But then when you started to get into college and kind of knew, like I talked to him from here to Omaha and kind of rehearse it, and he'd be like, "Nah, that's not going to be good on TV. I probably would not. You probably need to shorten it down." So it was kind of, I was able to rehearse some stuff. And he'd give you if you knew Matt, he'd just tell you straight up. There is no sugarcoating it. And then, we did.
Was that a Matt thing or is that he's an offensive lineman thing?
Probably both. He's a straight shooter. And then we did a couple of shows together, which were great. And kind of helped me, I did some stuff on 1620, but that was just kind of like, they were, just a quick hit and, kind of like, they were like always kind of keep you caged in or whatever. And, but we kind of, kind of took off from there.
Unlike here, where it's Jay Foreman Unleashed.
Well, not necessarily, but yeah.
Not till after dark officially hits.
Yeah, we start getting to 5 days a week. You'll get it a little bit more.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's hear from Matt Rule. Attitude adjustments. John Butler brought that up about run defense. Here's what Matt Rule said in terms of the attitude he's seen from his team this week.
None. They lost the game by 3 points. They worked hard. They had a good attitude. They played a Big Ten game. They lost by 3. They've showed up, continued. They're a resilient group, gritty group. They've ignored like the results and just said, "Hey, what can we improve?" And I really like the group from that result, that standpoint. So, we're facing a team that went through the same thing we went through. They lost the ball game, had a bye week. It'll be a heck of a football game.
John Butler said it. Matt Rule echoes it. It's been about the attitude for Nebraska, especially in the run defense, especially when it comes to the quarterback run. Jay, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, but Matt Rule was asked about his linebacker duo that they've been running with more, Javen Wright and Vincent Shavers Jr. Here's Matt Rule on those two guys.
Both Javen and V9 are run and hit guys. They're physical. They like to play, like to mix it up, like to get off blocks. They both can cover. They both can blitz. Obviously, the impact of the quarterback run game this week, adds another ball carrier, adds another gap, and so you need linebackers who can run. And I think both guys have played well for us.
Walk us through what Matt Rule means when he says they're run and hit linebackers.
Well, it's like with that play that we had on Whiteboard Wednesday / Inside the Huddle.
Peep the podcast, peep the replays.
Yeah, we're going to kind of transition some stuff during the week, but where you're in the lined up and the plays away from you, they can make up some ground, and then they, I call it closing speed. You know what I mean? You know your ability to close, and when you get there, you make some noise, and you got to be able to run and hit. You got to be able to run and cover some ground, and both of them can do it. Javen is long; he's about 6'4", 6'5". Can bring some thump with him, and then obviously Vincent is a little bit shorter, but he's very, very explosive. We've seen it, at times where. Heck, just the first game in Cincinnati, he just has that type of knack of being able to strike somebody and, get there with, violent intention.
The quarterback run game obviously has been brought up a lot when it comes to Nebraska defending Michigan State. Childs is not a run-first guy. Right. You mentioned more pro style. He'll sit in the pocket and then run if nothing's there. I saw an interesting breakdown from the last couple weeks of the Ravens, who've scuffled a little bit. What the Lions did and what the Chiefs did against them. Pretty straight 3-man rush, and then keep the linebacker up at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah.
Not just as a spy, 5 yards deep, kind of mirroring, but they'll walk the linebacker up. In the instance of Lamar Jackson, it was he likes to step up. He doesn't like to bail out and around. You keep the linebacker there, and then you're essentially playing 7 in coverage behind it, whether it's man zone or a mix. Do you think that's something Nebraska has in its repertoire? Or is that special because Lamar Jackson's Lamar Jackson? What do you think Nebraska is doing or could do schematically in terms of the quarterback run?
I mean, you could look at some of that stuff and take some notes from it. I mean, I think the Ravens, before he got hurt, you have Kyle Van Noy, who was really good at that. And then, Kansas City has Tranquil and they have Chanel who could do that as well. So you got to have a guy that can do it. Nebraska has McCullough who could do that as well. So you could do some, we used to call it mush rush, right? Where essentially you're being very strategic. It's a lot of power, speed to power, bull rush, holding your leg. You're essentially trying to create a wall of bodies. So when he steps up, you have an athletic player that can get off and be quicker than a blocker. And then somebody else has to win one-on-one. So by walking him up to the line of scrimmage, it is making the offensive lineman put him into the count for blitzes in pass protection. So then somebody's going to be one-on-one. Somebody has to win. When you win, you have to be strategic about it. I think when you're thinking about with Nebraska, a little bit can be scheme, but I think better is just details. And then also Michigan had a really good play called for what Nebraska had defensively. So you got to tip your cat a little bit and then understand, what you have to do moving forward. I think Underwood is a different type of running quarterback that we're going to face this Saturday.
Okay.
Underwood, his accuracy isn't very good, right? He throws when guys are open. I think this young fella can throw guys open, throw you open.
And there's a distinct difference there.
There's a huge difference. And also, I think when he breaks the pocket, he's looking to throw first. Whereas Underwood, I think, is probably looking to.
As soon as his guys are covered, he's like,
running.
nope, I got it.
Yeah, and that's it. There's no second guess. And if you go back to the USC game of when they played, or Michigan State, played USC, the 60, 70-yard touchdown was, Aiden Childs going outside of the pocket to his right. I'm just kind of talking, and then hitting number 13, literally on the money.
Yeah.
And it was a beautifully thrown ball. And so right there, you knew you were in for it because of his ability to. Remember when Russell Wilson was at his height, and when they kind of beat Green Bay that one time, and then came back, or when he was really giving the legitimate defenses some trouble, and what he was doing was when he was breaking the pocket, he was looking downfield as well, and he was being able to predict, who's coming to get him and then when to run and when not. It was very strategic, but he would make the right decision every single time. That's what maybe like Childs is trying to do or and trying to get towards. But I think you don't want to also come into a game and talk yourself into being defeated by the quarterback run based on one really good player or one good, quarterback run, play call, execution, and Underwood. Versus, okay, we got to be legit. We got to tighten up what we need to do and then go for there. I think when you think about Aiden Childs is in how you defense a guy like that, you just got to get better at the things that you had to work on through the bye week. And then you got to just go out there and play. We have athletes that can run him down and stay with him. So it's not like Michael Vick.
Right.
Right. And this is not taking anything away from him. I mean, he's still a heck of an athlete. I think he was a 5-star recruit at some point in time.
Borderline, if not,
right?
yeah, right there.
5, go back to 4, 4 to 5 at the very end, whatever it is. He's the dude, and he's legit.
Yeah.
And you don't become a legit Big Ten quarterback and make the improvement from last year to this year by just being a run-first quarterback or a run threat. He can throw the ball. He can throw on the run. He can throw on the RPO. He can throw with accuracy. They don't have the weapons that maybe Nebraska has. They haven't had to use them.
To say at least not the depth, because Nick Marsh is pretty dang good.
Yeah, no, Mark Kelly's decent too.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the depth isn't there.
Yeah.
The way they've went about their pass offense is significantly different than Nebraska. I mean, I think he only has he's right under 900 yards, but he's very efficient. 9 touchdowns, 1 interception. So it lets you know he's keeping, he's playing keep away, and that's the most important stat in a quarterback's stat line is being able to have low interceptions, high touchdown ratio.
You mentioned the aspect of throwing the ball. Matt Rule was asked about the potential of the winds on Saturday at Memorial Stadium. Here's how Matt Rule responded to that.
Yeah, it's part of being here. It's part of being in the region of the country that we're in, and we practice outside in the spring. It's 32 degrees. It's 24 degrees, and we're outside, throwing in the ice and snow, and it doesn't affect us. That's why quarterbacks with big hands, that can control the ball and spin the ball through the wind matter. But I'm not concerned. It's just something to take into account. You take into account the kicking game. That the wind comes out of the south end zone. I believe it's coming southwest this game, so it'll be a factor in everything that you do. It might mean you make some different decisions than normally you would, but the good news is both teams have to play with it at their back and in front in them. We had the Maryland game 2 years ago, and then we had the Rutgers game last year. Were both really, really windy games that affected the passing game. So it was windy at times versus Akron too. So
thought that was interesting too. I mean, to your point about don't get in your head about the running quarterback, don't get in your head about the wind. Like everything, it's on Nebraska. Everything Nebraska wants to accomplish is in Nebraska's control. It might not look the same way it did in the first 4 weeks, but you still have to make it look as similar as you can in terms of playing to your strengths, because it seems like Nebraska's strengths line up pretty well with Michigan State's weaknesses.
Yeah, I think Nebraska will be able to, make some hay in the run game for sure. And then, if the wind's with you or you're throwing into the wind, you just got to, make some adjustments in either how you throw or your play calls. But ultimately, both coaches should feel, and I'm sure they do, that their quarterback can play with the wind behind their back or into the wind. Both teams probably practice outside at a fair amount when they get a chance for the chance during the regular season that you're going to have some high winds. That's how you prepare your team, throughout the year to be able to play, winning football during the regular season. So, all these things are out there. You look at just if it's 30, 40 mile an hour winds, Nebraska's not the only team that has to adjust. Michigan State has to adjust both offensively, defensively, and special teams. And so, I think both teams are equipped with good quarterbacks to go out there and do it. And so it's going to come out to, what defense plays a little bit better. I think Nebraska has a chance to really shut down a Michigan State offense. I think they have a great opportunity to do so. And shut down means, hold them to, say 30-17, 31-17, 35-7, whatever,
only scoring like 20-25% of the time.
Right. Yeah. And that'd be really good because, then obviously that's a bounce back and is obviously the things that you want to do. But, I think, the wind will play a little factor. I think they'll get out there in plenty of time to make the adjustments. And you never know if it'll be, there's difference. If it's consistent wind gusts, you know what I'm saying? Because it's no different than a golfer and you feel like a wind gust is coming through, you might just have to take the thing down or the play clock down to the very last second or two so it doesn't affect how you punt or kick or whatever. Sometimes you might take a timeout or whatever just to maybe go over some checks and balances over, okay, look, he's punting into the wind. And, you have to adjust your returners as well because you don't want to have some sort of, mishap there and return the football. So, I mean, it's a little bit more stressful, but I think they'll be prepared for it.
We talk about the wind and running quarterbacks a lot from the offensive perspective, but I'll say two things as a linebacker. Number one, you've talked about how much your responsibilities expand with a running quarterback, having to keep an eye on him, different stuff you have to do, but then you get a chance to hit him too.
Yeah. Look, man, they're going to curtail it's going to happen all like every single game. You're going to figure out, ideally get a good beat on what they're trying to do. You're going to get a good feel on what you're trying to do defensively and how well you're executing, and then go out there and play. We saw Aiden Childs down in Las Vegas. He's a big old kid, man. He's a big, strong, athlete. And so you got to, anytime he breaks the pocket, you got to make him pay. And that's got to be at the utmost importance. And then you got to make the plays that you need to make. And I think sometimes, the one, with the Michigan game, and the biggest, it's not even the physicality, sure, right? I mean, that's like you said yesterday, it's been a while. I just think more of just like mentally understanding like why you weren't as successful as you would like to be, or why you didn't play as good as you could play.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody has done it. Everybody has played a game or lost or gotten beat or got, whatever you want to say. You've lost the game. We got beat. We beat ourselves. We didn't play up to our standard or potential. Everybody's done it.
Right.
I think sometimes you focus on that, and then you forget that this team is obviously better than year one. I'd probably say better than year two. Not where they want to be, but they're trying to work towards that. So they've done some good things. I think the ability to play pitch and catch has increased this year.
Mm-hmm.
Now you just got to get better at some little things, and then once you do that, you'll be off to the races.
Nebraska, Michigan State, 3:00 coming up here this weekend. Again, we'll be talking about it the rest of the day tomorrow, and then starting at noon with the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show on Saturday. He's Jay Foreman. I'm Austin Norman. Some more news in the financials of college sports. After the private equity conversations between the Big Ten and some companies got leaked yesterday, there's some drama in the NIL space again. It'll shock you to learn that schools aren't following the new rules. We'll talk about that as we continue hour one of Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Start your Sundays off right with Jeff and Nicole Essink on Fitness Fanatics. Jeff and Nicole discuss health and wellness, how to achieve fitness goals, and more through the life of gym owners and gym goers. It's Fitness Fanatics from 9 to 11 a.m. on Sundays on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you looking for an exciting new way to put your skills to work? Explore new career options in the fintech industry at Currency, a Sandhills global company. We offer full-time positions in financial sales, compliance, operations, and other fields. We also offer a 4.5-day work week, an attractive benefits package, and opportunities for advancement. Put your motivation to work and grow with us at Currency. Visit gocurrency.com/careers to learn more.
Austin Norman here. Join me and Jay Foreman for Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O this Friday for their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. We'll be out there for the show starting at 3. You're invited to join us from 4 to 6 p.m. this Friday for Cornhusker Bank's Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party, only at Cornhusker Bank on 83rd and O.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The looking forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds, below around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Prashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320. When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
Rico here with HIS Auto Care at 70th and Van Dorn, letting you know HIS is a great place to bring your vehicle for service. With superior service bumper to bumper, we'll treat your vehicle like it's your mother's. Doesn't get any better than that. So call 402-488-8934 and HIS Auto will make you glad you did. 5% off, mention this ad, and for sure your mother will be proud you called. 402-488-8934, HIS Auto Care, 70th and Van Dorn. God bless you.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Hey guys, it's Nick. It's time we turn our attention to week 6 of the high school football season right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Join Jay Foreman and I this Thursday night for Lincoln Southwest versus Lincoln Northeast as the 4-1 Rockets continue to fight for postseason position, this time against the 1-4 Silverhawks. Kickoff is slated for 7 p.m. with pregame at 6:45 p.m. and we'll bring you all the action from Seacrest Field this Thursday night at 7 p.m. right here on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
For remote starters, audio upgrades, and more, there's only one place to go. Auto Sounds of Lincoln at 48th and O.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're back to old school. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman with you. You can be part of the conversation. 402-464-5685. All right, some more in the financials in sports. Talked yesterday about the Big Ten's exploration of some private equity, private capital, to about $2 billion worth into the conference. But the NCAA's board of directors did adopt a couple new NIL rule changes today. So, Jay, here are the changes per Dan Murphy of ESPN. Number one, schools can no longer guarantee a player any money from a third-party NIL deal verbally or in writing. That one strikes me as a little odd. But Dan Murphy says, in the first case, some schools signed deals with their athletes that promised to cover the full cost of an NIL deal if a collective wasn't able to pay its bills. For schools that signed those types of deals prior to July 1st, that money will now count against their spending cap.
Dang.
So if your collective can't pay the bills, school can't find money to pay you the rest.
Man, that's I mean, I understand it, but there's rosters built with that.
Mm-hmm. You got to have the money. Your collective's got to have the money because, of course, NIL is different than rev share. So that's kind of
and I get it for maybe you know accounting purposes, and obviously you don't want to be able to one team to have the advantage of it and work the fudge the numbers. But you would have thought that maybe they would have grandfathered it into it and made like a special exception for a year or two, but you know what? I guess not.
But I'd rather they just go after it now and not make the grandfathering in, because then you can fudge some of those numbers behind the scenes, where I would rather they set that clear precedent of if your collective doesn't have the money, you can't make it up, because then who knows where that money's coming from? Because odds are good that it's not coming out of the rev share pool, because you've already distributed the rev share and that amount, that you have the 20.5 million for all your programs, and 15 to 17 of that going to football in a bunch of places. So it'd be one thing if the NIL deal can't be covered, collectives are still trying to raise the money they promised you, and then you make up the difference out of rev share. But that's not the same. You're still out some as the player, out some as the school. So this to me is tamping down on the, put it on loan, put it on layaway, or use those outside resources. What you have is a 20.5 million and what your collective has. If you have to get money from outside of that, the College Sports Commission says, nope, can't use that money.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. I wonder how those conversations go. I think about Florida.
Right.
In both basketball and football, or football and basketball, where, you get off the plane, what was his name? Rashada.
Yeah, Jaden Rashada.
Oops. As you started to descend, so did your NIL deal. Here's what we got for you. Or Florida State, with Coach Hamilton and his players. And so I think it's part of the process of potentially trying to get everybody on the up and up, just from a bookkeeping standpoint. But it'll be interesting to see the first big name school that's affected by this.
Think it's going to be Texas Tech? You think they're good?
Texas Tech? Are they good?
No.
Oh yeah, they good.
I'm not talking about football. Like their money. You think your money's good? Okay. Is it going to be Virginia?
That they're a candidate. Kind of those schools that kind of really made an uptick in their
Indiana.
Yeah, Indiana.
Watch out.
It'll be interesting. I hope the players got on the phone with their agents or advisors and made sure that they're well informed on this new rule. Because you don't want to get that to the end of the year. Say, okay, here's an example. Say you're Indiana and you lose 2 games down the stretch. So you kind of eliminate yourself out of the college football playoffs, right? And you have a 2-year deal. So you got 1 more year. And you start looking at the numbers, and the deposits ain't depositing.
Math ain't mathing.
Math ain't mathing. And they say, whoops, we couldn't come through. We didn't make the college football playoffs. So you short. You better know well beforehand so you can make a informed decision at that moment. Because sometimes if you do that, then you'll be stuck, because then it's going to come down. Now, also, do you have to go back and renegotiate it based on what your collective can and can't do? Or most likely can't do.
Right.
Because the rev share numbers are probably set right now. Like, certain percentage going here and there. So you can't squeeze. Or what are you going to do? Hey, Jay, we promised Austin. We got to keep Austin. So, you got to take a little haircut right now. You got to take about $10,000 less. Negative Ghost Rider. That pattern is full.
That check is empty, so that pattern is full.
Yeah. And so it could really cause some dissension in the locker room, in the athletic department. I probably would like to assume that everybody knew this was coming down the pipe. So everybody had a chance to get their ducks in a row well before it was announced.
I will say, from just the layman's perspective, not being involved with the financials or the numbers, especially in a society where we have more and more people, raising my hand, guilty, trying to play armchair general manager, I think simplicity is better in a lot of ways. Either you have the money or you don't. Don't work with funny money that you think you can get or that you hope you get down the road. I get it when the numbers are this big and, a couple thousand or a couple tens of thousands of dollars are, wipe your tears, money, then it's different. It's not the same level. But I think for the good of fans, for the good of players, for the good of these institutions, the safest, most consistent way to handle your money is to work with what you have, not with what you don't. Yeah. And I get the temptation to work with what you don't, but I like that the NCAA is going this direction and saying that, no, you have this pool of money that we are allowing you to spend, that's been agreed upon by all sorts of schools and lawyers and the House settlement, the 20.5 and rising whatever percent of the revenues from the Power Four. And then you have whatever you can raise on your own from your collectives. And that's where I can see getting into some issues where, we thought we were going to have this, but this donor couldn't come through. Their company had a bad year. They had to back off a little bit. But then that's not the university's problem.
Yeah.
That's the collective's problem. And I like separating that out. The other part of the rule that was passed today, Jay, was number 2, all collective/booster deals must include a specific, quote, direct activation. Again, from Dan Murphy of ESPN, here's the explanation from him. The second rules address warehousing, where a collective pays for a player's NIL rights with a promise to use them later, but no specific endorsement in mind. The rule was passed because the administrators and the board of directors thinks it's hard for Deloitte, the College Sports Commission, the NIL Go portal. They think that doing that warehousing makes it hard for them to assess the market value of the deal.
Yeah.
The other part that I think it does is gets college sports hypothetically back in front of its own Kawhi Leonard situation. That's pretty much exactly what Kawhi Leonard and that company did.
Yeah.
Was, we'll pay you for this. We don't know what you're going to do, but we're sure you'll do something for us down the line.
Yeah.
Turns out it never happened. So I do understand college sports getting in front of that.
You know what I'm thinking about right now? I'm just thinking about me walking into that dude's office and how it would just, if I'm Kawhi.
Mm-hmm.
What's his uncle's name?
Uncle
Roger?
Dennis.
Is it Dennis?
Uncle Dennis.
I was going to say Roger. It's going to be like, is Roger going to walk in there or am I going to walk in there or is Roger going to stop me from going there? Because I'm coming. Listen, I'm coming for my $28 million.
My $7 million a year that you ain't got for me.
You better find it somewhere. You gonna,
and I'm not helping you look.
Yeah, or I will help you. I have you strung up like Suge Knight had Vanilla Ice. Yeah, I mean, I think that this whole thing now, and here's what I wanted to ask you in the text line as well. How confident are you, or how secure are you? And this is all in one. I'm asked several questions, and you can answer. And how much do you trust the NCAA that all of a sudden, okay, you think about this. It was July 1st, and I remember seeing a tweet from Thomas Fedoni. Hey, I'm Thomas Fedoni. If you need to, any NIL deals, you can contact me at whatever the email was. That it went out like everybody had them. Then there was very few NIL deals, and you started to kind of see a little bit more. NCAA was nowhere to be found.
Nope.
Transfer portal multiple different times. How many times you can transfer? It was just one free, remember? Then they were nowhere to be found. They peeked their head out when they didn't want the North Carolina receiver who fit the extra transfer portal requirements, death in the family or a very sick close family member, back to where you're within the, remember it was 200 miles?
Yeah, 250, 200, something like that, yeah.
Right? Check the out of bounds. Oh, we'll think about answering you. Okay, but we'll let you play, and then we're going to let you sit out for a week. Jay Billis went off on you. Oh yeah, after thinking about it, you can play. NCAA just peeked their head out of the ground.
Remember us.
Remember us. Then they just went ghost on the huge paydays, how they were getting paid. Now they just said, we're going to really step in and try to help. Now, probably with the nudging of some high profile people, but now they got all these rules about the, they have the clearinghouse and every deal has to go through, a certain clearinghouse. And then now we're going to tell you that when the collective doesn't have money, you can't get it from the school. So if your collective doesn't have the money and you're already locked into your rev sharing deal, well, you just out of the money, but you never been around. So why would I even feel confident that you're even looking out for not only me, but anybody?
You shouldn't.
Right.
You should have no confidence. In fact, you should have so little confidence because guess what? People are already breaking the new rules.
That's what I'm talking about.
Don't forget, this was passed the first week of July. And here we are in the first week of October, with rules being broken. Here's this from Front Office Sports. Multiple major power conference collectives are giving up trying to work through the NIL Go clearinghouse and within the bounds of the new rules set up by the House versus NCAA settlement. Front Office Sports has learned at least 2 collectives have begun to pay players before the submitted deals have been approved and are aware of instances where players haven't logged deals at all. The inefficiencies of the system have created an unsustainable landscape, they said. I have many deep concerns as to the longevity of this system, said a source from an ACC collective, adding that many across the industry desperately wanted the system to work, but now feel like they have no choice but to violate the rules. Number one, you did not desperately want it to work.
Yeah.
If you're already willing to violate the rules. So
Yeah.
let's slow your roll on that a little bit. Number two, we knew there were going to be bumps in the road for this system. And that's why it's so tough, because the NCAA and really any bureaucracy, regardless of if it's from the NCAA, the federal government, state, local government, bureaucracies are just by nature slower.
Yeah.
They have so much to sift through. They have so much to parse through on top of it being a new system. So yeah, new rules got passed. They didn't do any good. There's another reason to not trust the NCAA, that they weren't prepared for these new rules to be in place. On the one hand, how could they be? On the other hand, you spent 75 years avoiding this system and you still weren't ready for it.
Yeah, and it was all put together like last minute.
Oh,
it's like a guy's trip that got you put together on Tuesday and you leave on Thursday night.
Right.
Somebody forgot to call the Uber, and they definitely don't have an Uber account. It's interesting that they're willing to give up on it so quickly, knowing that there's going to be bumps in the road. I remember having this conversation, is that you can't just have one. I would think that you would like to have one per conference,
sure,
or affiliate. So if you
or per sport,
or per sport, that would eliminate a lot of this, because I guarantee you, there's just so many deals coming through. There's like, man, this is too much. I've been working 20 hours,
but they're not even getting rubber stamped.
Right.
They're just sitting there.
Yeah, because they're just like bumping. It's almost like paralysis by now. There's so much there. And or you're gonna just get it to the point to where they just say no, no matter what, and then you got to fight it because they'll appeal it when it actually probably was a legit deal. I don't know how. Like I said, back to that when I remember it was July 1st. However many years ago. The fact that you didn't jump in front of it, then it's over. So either you're gonna have to get to the point where the whole system blows up, and then everybody comes to the table and said, you know what? Let's all start over together, and let's actually take whatever we learned from the first time and then do it better the second time. Because trying to get this thing in the guardrails right now, it's out of control.
And it might even be illegal on its own. Because think about this. The College Sports Commission was not part of the House settlement. That was the NCAA's response to it, was, okay, this is what you gave us. This is what we're going to do to police some of this stuff. But a lot of the sports lawyers are coming out and saying the College Sports Commission's rules might on their face violate the same antitrust laws. So I can't blame the schools for saying, this might end up being illegal anyways down the road. Who are you to police our deals? If you're not going to say yes, you were probably going to say yes anyways. We're just going to go ahead and pay the money. What you going to do about it?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they thought they were jumping out there in front and trying to do some good Samaritan work. That is not accepted. Did not accept. So they just need to, I mean, I don't know what's going to happen. I would say, keep trying and then wait to, this is something that needs to be addressed in the offseason. You know what I mean? This is something that you think about and work on during the season.
Yeah.
So all that stuff. And even if you have to take it on the chin for a season before you have a one-stop shop for clearinghouse, that's just price of doing bad business or getting in the game late. You try to get in the game in the third quarter and you down by 20. You know what I mean?
What's you gonna do?
Yeah, you think you're gonna start hitting threes now? You're a 12% 3-point shooter. All of a sudden, you're gonna start to be a marksman like against Larry Bird in the Celtics from 1986. It's not working. So they need to take a pause and then really work at it. Systematically work at it, look at it from every single angle and every decision, make a decision, like kind of to go and make a decision in the room. Okay, then, punch holes in that one. Okay, seal those holes up, punch holes and see if it gets smaller. Then you start to bring it up. You just out here just making decisions. Oh, well, that ain't,
it's still bad ones.
Right, still bad ones.
You haven't lucked into a good decision yet.
And they don't have any lawyers on there that say, you know what, this commission might be, break every law that we can't do it. They just say, yeah, we can. No, your bargaining power is gone when you decided not to participate.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like a coach or something. So you know what? I ain't gonna coach for the first 3 or 4 games of this NBA 7-game series. But I want you guys to listen to me now. We're down 3-0. I got a plan.
And I want my 7-game salary.
Right. And I want my 7-game salary. It's interesting to see what happens here moving forward. But it's almost comical now because the players are more savvy, the agents are more savvy, the schools' attorneys are more savvy, because the schools are looking at it like, okay, cool. Revenue sharing brings some sort of clarity and level playing field. We got these collectors over here that could really make some hay for us. We're not going to give that up at all. So.
Yeah. They want their cake, they want to eat it too, and they want you to play by the rules that they can enforce.
Yeah.
So good luck with that. About 10 minutes away from Thirsty Thursday, we got your chance to win $30 to win Buffalo wings and rings. Really appreciate them, our good friends. Obviously, a great place to watch college football and NFL football over the weekends. Your chance to win $30 to our friends at Buffalo Wings and Rings wraps up hour one of Old School.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Lincoln, if you're a diesel technician who's ready to earn up to $40 an hour and you're tired of working nights and weekends, listen up. Inland Truck Parts and Service is hiring experienced diesel technicians right here in Lincoln, and they're offering what every hardworking tech wants. Monday through Friday hours, no nights, no weekends, and paid training on advanced diesel technology. With 37 locations across 12 states, career advancement opportunities are endless. Start building towards your future and apply today at inlandtruck.com. That's inlandtruck.com. Or text APPLY to 785-369-1320.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
When it comes to concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction doesn't stall. They go for the takedown. As Nebraska's full-service concrete contractor, they stay in bounds, hold inside position, and never forfeit quality. Whether it's foundations, flatwork, or concrete coatings, they elevate performance and pin down results that win every time. Stevens & Smith Construction is a proud sponsor of Takedown Tuesdays on 93.7 The Ticket. Because when it's time to wrestle with concrete, Stevens & Smith Construction slams expectations.
This is James Harrell with NP Dodge Real Estate. When I became a licensed realtor, I wanted a brokerage that would help me grow in my new career. I found that in Lincoln First Realty. When Lincoln First was acquired by NP Dodge, the training and support I received only got better. I love knowing I have the power of the NP Dodge brand behind me. I would recommend NP Dodge to new agents looking to jumpstart their real estate career and to current agents who want to take their business to the next level.
Expand your career with NP Dodge. Call Eric at 402-434-2222.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, Call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds, below around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Wrapping up hour one of Old School here on a beautiful Thursday in the capital city, just around the corner, Thirsty Thursday. Kevin Meyer, Myers, Cork, and Bottle. Jay, good high school game on tap tonight. Good city matchup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's Northeast, Southwest, and so Northeast has been on the come up, man. I think
4-1.
Yeah, 4-1 has been, slowly but surely. We had the coach in, and he's been, he's really invested in, obviously building Northeast football program. So it's a chance where I think they have the athletes and the line to compete against a Southwest team that, I would say probably comes in with obviously a little bit more credibility in the sense of recent success. But I'm telling you, Northeast, I got my man, I think Marshawn Jefferson's playing. I got Mikey Hunter. Used to be like Mikey the Great. That's what but he's a good player. They're gonna. I think it's gonna be good because I think Northeast is looking at this as like, this is our game to throw. Kind of really get in the mix.
Understandable. We got $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings to give away. Jay, I'm gonna give you the question. Texter number 6 with the right answer, over, under, or push, will win the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. In case you missed it, the Budweiser Clydesdales are coming to town.
To Lincoln?
To Lincoln. Ahead of Nebraska and Michigan State. They're doing a little parade, a little tour of campus, ending up at Memorial Stadium.
That's pretty sweet.
I got to see them in person at their original stable.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've been down there a couple of years ago with the in-laws.
They are impressive.
They are.
Yeah.
So here's the question. In what year were the original Clydesdales introduced? The original Budweiser Clydesdales.
And it was at the Super Bowl, right?
No, it was long before the Super Bowl. I'll give you that hint. The original Budweiser Clydesdales. The first year they were introduced.
1976.
Jay says 76. Texter number 6 with the right answer, over, under, or push, will end up winning the $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings. We'll go to break, give you the answer, get you set up for Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer, Myers, Cork, and Bottle when we get back to Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue. It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Are you ready for a new opportunity? Check out Sandhills Global. Join a dynamic team where your skills are valued and your career can soar. We offer full-time positions with a 4.5-day work week, competitive pay, excellent benefits, and a positive work environment. From IT and marketing to sales and finance, we're looking for talented individuals like you. Apply today at sandhills.jobs and take the first step towards an exciting future. That's sandhills.jobs. Don't wait. Apply now.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services is here to help you protect things that are most important to you. Whether it's your home, your family, or your future, Jack Russell has the proven experience to get the job done while developing authentic relationships with you. Give Jack a call today at 402-421-9100. Again, that's 402-421-9100. Or visit one of his 2 locations in Lincoln or Seward and learn how you can excel in the complicated world of insurance. Jack Russell of Farm Bureau Financial Services, a trusted and well-respected representative since 1999.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle.
Why wait until Friday to start your weekend?
Go ahead, start right now.
You're thirsty now, and 93.7 The Ticket is here to help you stock up.
Just in time for the weekend when I like to hit the clubs.
Time to broaden your horizons and try some new wine and beer. It's Thirsty Thursday with Kevin Meyer from Meyer's Cork and Bottle.
Waiting. It came, it went. That's right. Not quite worth the build-up, but sure it'll be better to drink than it sounded. Kevin Meyer, Meyer's Cork and Bottle, in studio with us for Thirsty Thursday. Kevin, how are you?
I'm doing really good. I got Jay was over here telling me about his recent success on the golf course, and I was compelled, and then I forgot to
there we go.
There it is.
Get the corkscrew started, so I had to play a little catch up and got limited results from the poll.
I couldn't tell if that was a comment about your wine bottle opening skills or Team USA in the Ryder Cup.
They tried to make it interesting on the last day, but frankly, they had just dug themselves too big of a hole. And I think there's a lot more to the team game than what you would let on. There's some dynamics, and the Euros just seem to be better at creating the proper chemistry of teammates than the United States players are. Because I mean, across the board, they're pretty even. When you think about it in terms of just talent and success and whatnot. So why do they win 80% of the time? It's got to be something else. So it's still compelling and fun to watch. I was a little embarrassed for the just the fans were nasty. Saying some
Rory's
stuff.
not going to come back to the United States.
Oh, he is too. His wife's American. His daughter's American. He
so
lives in
mad.
Jupiter. Now he's he's coming back. It's like be an adult, just if you want to chirp, yeah, go ahead and chirp, but just be an adult.
Just lost all respect for golf. Like go to an event, you're going to a golf event, that the golf clap exists. So why are you screaming when a golf clap is the only? Thank you, Jay.
Did you know why? This is America.
I know it's America, but
You're on
that
home
doesn't
soil, baby.
You're on home soil, but still, it's still golf.
USA.
Lost all integrity of golf.
Are you serious? Are you guys serious right now? I can't believe this. I mean, these dudes are worried about what people are saying to them, and you're supposed to be out there doing your thing. You shouldn't have probably thrown the beer or whatever.
Yeah, I shouldn't be having to worry.
But when they say stuff, do not act like Europeans are over there being like cordial to them over there.
Seriously.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's a line. Like I said,
a line.
You want to chirp at them. You want to, but have some creativity. Don't just be like F you.
That's true.
Just be an adult.
Have a little bit more thicker skin there.
Yeah, be an adult. That's all I'm saying.
So why does Team USA golf have the chemistry issue, but Team USA basketball is always able to overcome it?
Pure talent. So it's
Scotty Scheffler might be a better golfer in terms of pure talent than anyone in the NBA is at basketball.
Yeah, but it's a team game. So is any one player on Team USA going to be able to beat a five-man team? No. So pure talent wise, it's not the same. Like if you just look at talent, the Euros and the USA squads are very evenly matched across the board. If you look at pure talent from an NBA standpoint, America versus the world, yeah, that gap has narrowed over the last 2 decades, but I still think from top to bottom, 1 through 5, there's just too much of a talent gap.
Fair enough. We did have $30 to Buffalo Wings and Rings to give away here. Kevin, I'll ask you the same question that I asked Jay, just to see if you know.
Okay.
In what year were the original Budweiser Clydesdales introduced? I know Budweiser's a little down the.
I'm going to say 1982.
I will have to give the answer of 1933. That's when
that's really?
Yeah, that's when the boys bought them for their dad to mark the end of Prohibition.
Huh.
Well, 1933.
Look at that.
Maybe not their first public appearance, but that's when the common origin of the Budweiser Clydesdales is 1933.
Well, look at the big brain on Brad over here.
My brain is also known as Wikipedia. So
fair enough.
Have you been down to the Clydesdale stables before?
I have not.
Ooh, you should go.
I think they're really majestic animals, and I would love to see them in person. But
You have a chance this weekend.
I know. That's crazy. That it's there's a lot going on with the State Liquor Commission, and there's a lot going on with various other entities. And so having the Budweiser Clydesdales here this weekend is maybe not the best timing, but we're just going to look the other way.
Are we able to get the inside baseball on the State Liquor Commission right now?
Oh, it's public knowledge.
Yeah, well, but for those of us who might not know.
Well,
Should I look it up on my own time?
Yeah, look it up on your own time.
I'll look it up on my own time.
It's all over the place.
Since we're on your time, let's get into Thirsty Thursday, brought to you by Myers Cork and Bottle, corner 13th and South. Starting with the Oktoberfest, I hope.
Yes, indeed we are. So Odell Brewing out of Fort Collins, Colorado, probably overall from a longevity standpoint, my favorite Colorado brewery. And kind of a funny story is back when my wife and I were first engaged, we wanted to move to Colorado. We thought it'd be the cool thing to do. We're going to go backpacking and we're going to do all this stuff, right? And we're in our 20s. It was before Colorado turned into Southern California. And I actually applied for a job at New Belgium Brewery when they were out on North College in the old grain elevator. And so, I was brought up, you show up to the job like you want the job. So I'm in my suit, my nice suit. And I show up to a brewery and because my plan was, I was like, I want to be a regional sales rep for you guys. There's so much demand for your beer in other markets outside of Colorado. And I want to be that guy. And they're like, nah, man, we just always kind of just start off on the bottling line and then you just kind of work your way up from there, man. And then, we're not really interested in getting any bigger. We just want to just kind of do what we're doing, man, and I was like,
like a bunch of IPA guys.
Yeah, and a bunch of other herbal substances involved as well. And then fast forward, 15, 20 years later, they're the fourth largest microbrewery in the United States and, whatever. So I missed out an opportunity there. But
you didn't miss out. They missed their opportunity.
They missed out. This is true. So to bring that story full circle, on the way, we came this close to putting a damage deposit down on a place in Fort Collins. And my wife said, let's just wait, or my fiance at the time. And I was like, oh, okay. But then we're just going to have to come back out. And so on the way home, she said, I think I'm pregnant. And my bouncing baby daughter is going to be 30 here in February. So we decided we're not going anywhere. But Doug Odell, owner of Odell's Brewery, came into my store in 2000. What would it have been 2001, 2002. And I told him that story. And he goes, you should have stopped by Odell's. I would have hired you on the spot. So, but
how far down the road are they from each other?
I mean, well, that's the thing about Colorado anymore. Like there's no real gap between Fort Collins to Greeley to Loveland to, Boulder to Denver. It's all just one giant mass now. So, I don't know. It's hard to say because it's so hard to get anywhere. It's really not a lot of distance, but it takes a lot of time. So maybe a couple miles down the road.
Gotcha. This is fantastic. Light, clean, smooth. Gay Valley bitter beer face. That's how you know it's good.
Yeah. But I drink it and it tastes fine. It tastes like a regular weedy beer. It tastes like I would drink it in October.
Well,
I mean,
and guess what?
That's what the name says.
Happy October 2nd.
But it says Oktoberfest.
Really? Crazy.
You would drink it in October, right?
That's right.
Crazy.
That's a great assessment.
Thank you very much. I'm trying my best.
It does have a little bit of that sort of cereally sweetness to it. I'm also getting kind of a little like almost like a little bit of a clovey nutmeggy spice on the back end, but it could be I just ate part of one of those cookies that were out
the
there.
Peanut butter.
Yeah, and so that could have thrown off my my palate a little bit, but it's done in what's known as a Martin style. So technically, these are a lager, which are cold fermented beers, and but they do a little roasting in the malt, so that gives it that amber color, and
Beautiful
also
color.
gives it a little bit of that pretzely bready sweetness, and it just says fall in a glass, and so like I said earlier. We're just going to milk the Oktoberfest for as long as we can. And I brought this one in because every time we play a Michigan team and I bring in a Michigan beer, we lose. So I'm not going to do that again. So we're going to drink a Colorado beer and then beat Michigan State on Saturday.
That is what Jay Foreman would call an adjustment, not a halftime adjustment, because there's no time for halftime adjustment.
There's no time for halftime adjustments. You got to make adjustments on the fly and in the moment.
And you did that, Kevin.
I did that. I did that for us. I did it for collectively for the state of Nebraska and the football team. And so I'm
Sounds like you might be the next liquor commissioner.
Yeah, I don't think I want that job.
Break bread. I'll do it. I would be a little bit more strategic.
Fair enough. I would say to 75% of us in this room, yes, fall in a glass. I think the other 25% on the room down on the far end would probably say the apple cider donut cider was fall in a glass.
That's fair. That's fair. So
No, this is fall in a glass. There's different types of fall in a glass, but you had started pouring this, and because of how many times I've been in here, I can tell what it's going to taste like by the looks of it. And I knew that it was going to be like a maltier taste to it just because of the color.
That's fair. That's fair. Now, but don't trick yourself. You can't just always taste with your eyes. You have to.
No, but this one was a little bit less dense. Makes sense.
A little lighter. Sure.
Yeah, a little bit lighter than a normal. If I were to look at that color.
Yeah, it's not as heavy as you think it's going to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. Look at you.
Disappointed.
Kevin, what is your tasting process, right? You don't just taste with your eyes, obviously. Like, is it eyes first, then the olfactory with the nose, and then the palate, or what's your order?
Well, do you want to know the 5 S's of wine tasting?
Yes.
Or tasting in general?
Please.
So,
Yes.
okay.
That's why you're here.
So S number 1 is C. So yes, you look at it first.
Wait, is that S or is that C? I'm confused.
The first S is C.
But is it S or is it C?
What did I say?
I'm making an alphabet joke. Sorry.
All right. So the 5 S's of wine tasting or tasting in general, the first S is C. And so there's varying things that you're looking for in tasting wine. Number 1, there's this thing called rim variation. So where the liquid meets the inside of the glass, a young wine will be relatively clear where it touches the rim. And I'm talking even red wines. As a wine ages, that rim variation will change and it'll start to take on a little bit more of an orangey hue. So there's a cue of age just by looking at it. Then you can also look at the legs, where it streaks down the inside of the glass. That's an indicator of the wine's viscosity. So therefore would give you an indication just by looking at it that the wine is going to be richer, more dense. Then the second S is swirl. So you swirl the wine in the glass. You're releasing the aromas from the product itself. And that's your real first foray into what that wine's identity is going to be. Then you go sniff. And so again, swirl and sniff are kind of connected with each other. By swirling it, you're allowing those aromas to sort of escape out. You're also allowing the wine to oxidize a little bit more quickly. But again, I read one time the human olfactory senses can smell, I want to say it was some hundreds of thousands of aromas. But the human tongue only has 5 taste zones. So we can, there are sweet, salt, bitter, acid, and what the the Japanese called umami, which is sort of a meaty broth sort of a thing. So that leads me to the 4th S, which is sip. And so you're washing the liquid over your palate. You're introducing it to both your sense of taste and your sense of smell simultaneously. And then the 5th S is swallow and or savor. So if you've ever heard someone talk about the wine's finish, that is the residual flavors that are left over in your mouth after you've consumed it. So a wine that's considered more complex will have a lingering finish, whereas a wine that is considered a little simpler will have a shorter or lighter finish. So there you go. The 5 S's of wine tasting from your old Uncle Kev.
That's why we have you on, among many other reasons. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5. 5 S's. Tell us about this horseshoes and hand grenades.
Yes. So this is kind of a fun wine. And again, I'm tired of being close, but no cigar. So what close only counts when, Austin Norman?
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
Right. It doesn't count in football. So I'm tired of that. So we're going to drink a wine called Horseshoes and Hand Grenades. And this is interesting because it's actually both from Oregon and from Washington. The northern part of Oregon and the southern part of Washington are connected by the Columbia River Valley. And this is mostly grapes from what's called Red Mountain. So on the Oregon side, it has some Syrah in it, which American Syrah will give you a little bit of that black peppery component. French Syrah is a little more white peppery component. And then on the Washington side, it's got Cabernet and Merlot. Cab is going to give you more of those black cherry and vanilla elements, whereas Merlot is going to give you a little more bright red cherry sort of elements. So you blend those 3 grapes together and you create a really interesting wine that goes well with a wide variety of things, including anything you can dream up off the grill, which, that's what I'm all about. Ellie?
I think, look how much I've already drank. This is really just like, it tastes kind of like it's not up Ellie's alley, but Ellie's drinking it. So that's saying a lot.
You're acclimating.
I'm acclimating. I feel like I'm just becoming a
An
better adult. See, put words in my mouth, but that's exactly what I was going to say. I'm becoming more mature with my taste buds.
There you go.
You're adding you're really saying a lot of stuff that I'm over here really thinking about, like the 5 places on your tongue. I'm like, oh.
Sweet, salt, bitter, acid, and umami. Yeah.
I never thought of that before.
Yeah.
And then you said white pepper and black pepper. What is that even? Well, there's a white pepper.
Yeah.
There is?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just learned so many different things that I go and tell
Is
my
there black
roommates
salt?
when I get home. Like, guys, guess what Kevin told me today?
I'm sure there is black salt.
There
I
is
drink
black
a
salt.
lot of pink salt.
Pink salt,
Yeah.
white salt, black salt.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if black salt tastes any different than white salt, but
No, I think also.
white pepper
I
does
agree.
taste different than black pepper.
What are the differences as you understand them between white and black pepper in the taste?
So white pepper is a little bit more, I want to say, for lack of a better term, like ethereal, where it's less hot and more kind of gets in your sinuses, almost like a similar, like you've had wasabi.
Okay.
So white pepper has that more effect than black pepper does, which is going to
Gotcha.
just be a little bit more heat.
Kevin, let me ask you about wine.
Yeah.
When you cook it, and you see a lot of, I watch the videos on social media. Italians, they put wine in there, especially if they're cooking shrimp and fish and all that.
Yeah.
Now, what is your feeling on when you see mostly probably for beef? I've seen with beef stroganoff,
Mhm.
put red wine in there. Do you do that yourself? And what does wine do? And it's just a little dab. What does wine do when it's mixed in that type of heat with food?
Well, first thing that happens is the alcohol evaporates out. Right. So you put wine in the sauce, and it has it will evaporate out at a lower temperature than boiling. And so that's a bit of a misnomer where people say, well, I don't want wine in my food because I don't want it to, because I'm not having any alcohol. Well, you won't have any alcohol because that'll cook out. The other thing that it will do is that there are acids in the wine that create a really nice bonding, blending component. So better than water, better than, other things that will reduce the flavor. It actually enhances them and then allows
more like broth, maybe.
Yeah, kind of more brothy. But there's something about the chemistry of it that allows those flavors to sort of blend together instead of remaining individual. And it, like Jay said, it doesn't take a lot, but like when like say I'm making like a mushroom sauce, we're doing like a really good steak and want to do a mushroom sauce. So I'll brown some garlic in there first, and then maybe a little bit of brown mustard, and then get those mushrooms getting in there, get them nice and brown, and then get them really hot, and then flash it with that white wine.
Yeah.
And then everything will start to saute together.
Yeah.
And then if you want it to be more of a cream sauce, you can add some cream or some cream cheese or something like that to sort of thicken everything up and give it more of that creamy component. And there's just something about the wine that brings all that together.
I always wondered that, man. It tastes good.
Yeah, I mean, I saw that look in your eye, Jay.
Yeah.
I know what you're trying next.
No,
I
I know. I
absolutely
think-
know what you're trying next.
Hey, eventually it's going to get a little cooler out here. And you start missing, with some beef, red wine, and some other stuff in there. I like that mushroom sauce, though.
Yeah.
Because you just can't just have steaks all the time.
Right.
You got to have a little sauce with it.
Yeah. And it works on chicken. It works on, anything too. So, and then,
Chicken Marcella, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
See there?
You know your stuff, Jay.
Yeah.
Never been in doubt. Kevin, what do you like about the horseshoes and hand grenades?
It's super easy to drink.
And the name.
Yeah, and the name. It's non-pretentious. It's a black and white label. Kind of looks like you could almost print that off your home computer type of a thing.
I kind of thought you brought it in for me because the Colts bombed in Los Angeles.
It
but,
does
whatever.
look like, it's got the horseshoe, and then, which is the upside down horseshoe, because you don't want the luck to run out.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then it does have a hand grenade in the middle. So it would kind of infer the Colts bombing, but it was mostly because, like I said, I'm trying to will into existence a Husker victory this week, and close doesn't count anymore. So we're drinking. We're gonna throw some bombs.
We're gonna throw some bombs.
And we're
Right off the
gonna
rip.
we're not gonna be playing horseshoes and hand grenades with these guys.
Amen. I thought it was unique, which is with the blend.
Mhm.
I couldn't tie it to any one wine that you've brought in for. Oh, this gives me like some of the pepper notes, but not nearly as strong as some of the others. Some of the spices, some of the deep grape, but it got like 75% of that, like of the way to some of these other reds you've brought in before, but it's in its own unique sort of style. Like this is an easily pinpointable wine to me, just because to me it stands out in a lot of different ways. It doesn't go like 100% of the way for being, oh yeah, it fits 100% perfectly in, say, this family of reds.
Yeah, it's I would say it's basically maybe not quite as structured as some, where it doesn't quite have that tannic bite. It's just a little more soft, super approachable. It's mild, but really nice flavors. It's not thin by any stretch. It's just really easy to drink.
Would agree.
All right.
What's going on at the store?
Well, let's see. We wrapped up the fall wine sale, but we are knee deep in fall weather, and so tons and tons of tailgates, tons of company parties, holiday parties, fundraisers. If you didn't know that Myers also does beverage catering, so we do bar service for everything from fundraisers to wedding receptions to tailgates, and so this is our really busy season for that. And just a little bit more about us. We're Lincoln's oldest bottle shop. We've been on that corner since 1965. It's been in my family since 1978. It's been my full-time career for going on 25 years. So, your old Uncle Kev just likes to be your booze, sports, and food guy. And that's what I like. So it's easy for me to talk about.
And guess what? You played that role perfectly.
I appreciate
Kevin
you.
Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle. Thanks as always.
Thanks, fellas.
We'll be back with more Old School after this on The Ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
The party is back on in Lincoln this fall, and there's no party like the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show. Join the whole Ticket crew for 2.5 hours of pregame coverage before every home and away game this football season as they get you ready for the game. It's the A1 Automotive Ticket Tailgate pregame show at our downtown studio at 11th and O. Sponsored by Select Plumbing, Raising Cane's, Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits, Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Currency, and the Kindler Hotel.
Anderson Ford in Lincoln has 2 convenient locations, which means 2 times the customer service, 2 times the inventory, and 2 times the ability to get you in the car of your dreams. Whether you visit us on the north side or the south side, you'll find more selection and a team that's always on your side. When you're looking for a better way to buy your next Ford, visit Anderson Ford in Lincoln, where exceptional service meets unbeatable selection.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Hey there, this is Paul Scheel, owner of High Electric. I want to thank our friends and loyal customers and introduce High Electric to those looking for a new electrician. We've been serving the Lincoln and Omaha area for over 30 years, from design to install, upgrades, and repair. If you are a homeowner or a small business needing some electrical work, call us at 402-466-6606 or check us out at hyelectric.com. We look forward to hearing from you.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds below around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Hi, Sean Callahan here of HuskerOnline.com, inviting you to join us here on 93.7 The Ticket every Saturday morning. Now in our new time, we're on from 8 to 9 with the weekly Husker Online radio show. We'll give you the latest in recruiting. We'll talk about what's going on with both football, basketball, and we'll probably share a few stories from the inside. It's every Saturday morning right here on 93.7 The Ticket. It's the Husker Online radio show from 8 to 9 a.m.
Empire Netting and Fence delivers top quality netting and fence solutions. From major sports venues to backyard installs and everything in between, coast to coast. We take on tough jobs with grit, integrity, and a strong commitment to safety. Empire is growing, and we're hiring motivated people ready to grow with us. We build each other up, and we're building something big. Think you've got what it takes? Apply now at empire-fence.com. That's empire-fence.com.
Hey guys, it's Monet here with The Night Before. What could be better than watching football with up to 20 beautiful ladies? The Night Before now has a 12-foot video wall for you to watch all the big games. Just like the players, you need to practice though. Repeat after me. Hey honey, I'm going to watch the game with the guys. I'll be home as soon as the game is over. It's all in the details. Come watch a game with The Night Before. Mention this ad and your first beer is $1.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Rosie's Sports Bar and Grill, open for lunch and dinner at 1501 Center Park Road, just south of 14th and Highway 2.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
You good? Yeah, I'm good.
You good? You straight? You
yeah,
sure?
I gonna be swollen.
That's why you wore the visor.
You're right. That's why I wore a visor. You was getting poked in the eye.
These dang headsets will pop up and get you, man.
Yeah.
Big thanks, Kevin Meyer, Myers Cork and Bottle, for stopping in for Thirsty Thursday, as always. Big thanks as well to our friends at Heartland of Nebraska Windows, based out of Howland, Nebraska. They offer a free estimate, full window replacements, all vinyl triple pane windows, and a lifetime warranty on everything while keeping their prices affordable. They're locally and family owned with their own team of installers. With the weather beginning to turn before it officially turns. Get your windows checked out today. No place better to call or visit online than Heartland of Nebraska Windows at heartlandofnebraskawindows.com or 402-430-3852. Jay, let's talk some Thursday night football tonight. You have the Niners visiting the Rams. The Rams obviously off a big win over the Colts, 27-20. I would argue more self-inflicted from Indianapolis than anything. We talked about Xavier Howard getting retired after Puka Nacua cooked him for much of Sunday's game. The other aspect of this, though, the San Francisco 49ers down Brock Purdy after he attempted to give to go, got cleared, still injured. He's out. Ricky Pearsall still out. And really, throughout the course of the 2020s, the Niners have been one of the most injured teams across the NFL. When they're healthy, they're really good.
Yeah.
But then they get banged up is throughout the year, right? It's not like they have a rash of injuries all of a sudden. It happened really in the preseason for them this year, and that's carried over. Right now, the NFC West is competitive. 3-1 are the 49ers, the Seahawks, and the Rams. Cardinals just a game back at 2-2 in the division. Wildly competitive division. San Francisco off to a hot start. We know Stafford had the questions about his back, but I still feel like the Rams, what they're doing is more sustainable than the 49ers walking the tightrope with all the injuries.
Yeah, I think the Rams, when you off of their run last year, you're like, oh, okay, that was just a nice run, right? Everything kind of lined up for them. And the built-in excuse was the 49ers were, once again, injury-prone. But this is just who the 49ers are. And I also wonder how they continue to. It always seems to bite them in the butt. But I like the Rams. I think they've done a really good job of developing guys, having an eye for talent, making sneaky trades or signings for their betterment of their system. Right when you think of Nacua, you think of obviously Devontae Adams. Obviously they had Cooper Kupp, and then they've had was it Hogden, the tight end, Higbee, the tight end, excuse me. You got Williams, where he was kind of like I want to say he was under the radar. I felt like he was borderline first round talent. You get him, you re-up with him, you make the really good decision to bring back Stafford, even though that seemed like he just maybe wanted more years on his deal or something like that to have some more security. You didn't trade him, right? Because there was a big to-do about whether he was going to be traded, and you rolled the dice, or made the calculated decision and risk that we're going to run it back, and it's paying off for you. And then, they always seem to draft well, and they seem to sign guys. Like,
they don't like their draft picks, but they draft well when they do draft.
They do draft well. They get them, and then they either, if they really like you, they keep you, re-up you, or they allow you to go on and get paid somewhere else. When you think of, it's bigger than football, where you have Sean McVay, right? Obviously Scott Frost was out there and did his thing as, kind of a jack of all trades, but you get Stetson Bennett, who has some off the field issues. They didn't cut him, throw him away. They let him go and do his thing, get right. And then now he's the third team quarterback. You get Jimmy Garoppolo, who now fully understands he's most likely not a franchise quarterback, was looking for a fresh start, and he probably is welcoming backing up Stafford. He reminds me a little bit how David Carr actually found his place in the league and became a better quarterback after he went to the Giants. He did.
Yeah.
And then he went to Carolina. He won some games with them. Then he was able to go back. So he saw what it was like to win, what it was like to be a championship quarterback.
From the outside, David Carr seemed to have more natural ability than Jimmy GQ does.
Yes, but I was just thinking,
then finding your place despite that.
Yeah. Right, where you essentially, Jimmy G was put as a franchise quarterback and never played. I mean, he played some in New England, but essentially they did.
Robert Kraft did that for him. Bill Belichick did that for him.
Bill Belichick. Yeah. So, but the 49ers tried to make him in it. And that's where David Carr, he got drafted number 1. But I think when you learned how to be a pro was a little bit later in his career. And you had to, maybe go through some bumps and bruises. And now David Carr ended up with his career being pretty good. They've done everything you needed to do. I mean, what do you think of Whittington? He's a really productive kind of skinny receiver, done really well. But they have some stalwarts that they won't get rid of. Havenstein, right? By the way of Frederick, Maryland, big offensive tackle from Wisconsin. He's been there, it seems like forever, but he keeps producing. And then when you're able to You get Puna Ford, then you get Fisk, and then you get Verse. You're just Omar Spikes is a pretty good player, and they get Cameron Kitchens, who was a really good safety out of Miami, who's a thumper but can make plays. Coming out of the half field. That's why they are a step or two ahead of the 49ers right now. But the team that's probably in that division that's a surprise for me is Seattle. I like the coach. I like the youth. Sam Darnold, I like, obviously, for them. I didn't really think, he would probably be a big upgrade over Geno Smith. It's looking like he is. I mean, when you think, Geno's played okay down and it's not apples to apples as far as talent around him.
Right.
But, I think it's when you look at it, what Seattle is able to do, and they got off to a good start last year.
Mhm.
Defense led. I like their coach, like their uptick. They started out losing a heartbreaker to San Francisco. Then they beat the Steelers at the Steelers, beat the brakes off them at the Steelers, did what they needed to do against the Saints, and then they had a really good, tough game, interdivision game against the Cardinals on the road. Now they got Baker Mayfield and company come this weekend. And then when you look at their draft picks, they got Zabel out of North Dakota State.
Legit dude.
That fits Seattle. That fits with that identity of the head coach. Then you got a strong safety. They go in offense, defense. Got a quarterback out of Jalen Milroe. That's definitely a project, but you can do that when you have Sam Darnold and think that you can get a good, I guess, bridge franchise quarterback for 2 years.
Sam Darnold's been fine, and that's better than I thought he was going to be. Because no disrespect to Seattle's offensive staff, but what Kevin O'Connell's been able to do in Minnesota, resurrecting Darnold's career, making
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz a little bit, and
JJ McCarthy,
JJ, Josh Dobbs at the end of last year, times when Darnold was hurt.
And he's doing it in like 4 days.
Yeah.
He definitely. I think Kevin O'Connell, his experience as being a backup quarterback, and I truly think, being cut like that from the Jets when he had a legit camp. Remember, they kept Kellen Clemens over him. But he seemed to be the better player.
Yeah.
I think that helped him. Then he went to New England and all that.
Right.
I think that helped him be a better offensive coordinator, offensive coach. The reason why is because you take what you felt like you didn't get at your position or your status or whatever you're at on the team, and you want to make sure anybody that comes in at that position, which is the quarterback position, the most important position on the team, that they have a fair chance to be successful. And then also, I think being generally a backup quarterback, you get to evaluate quarterbacks both in your quarterback room and opposing teams because you're running a lot of the opposing teams' offenses on the scout team. You know exactly what works, what skill sets. So I think the time that he had going through that process has made him a really good head coach. I was apprehensive on him when they hired him, because I thought they were going to hire khakis. But it looked like he's knocked it out the park.
He's been good. LaFleur's been good.
Both rocky at times.
LaFleur not as much.
Because LaFleur is rocky because he was so rigid in the system and butting heads with Aaron Rodgers. Remember?
Okay, sure.
He wasn't allowing Aaron Rodgers to check at the line of scrimmage.
Right, sure. Right.
The NFL MVP. You run my plays.
Yeah.
This is my first time as a head coach. That's why.
Sure.
That's why.
Fair enough.
Yeah. But success has been really good.
Right. O'Connell, LaFleur have been good. Shanahan's been good.
Yeah.
I think you got to count
give him credit.
Kyle Shanahan as a success. McVay obviously has been good, got a ring out of it. And then you get into that new wave. Your Ben Johnsons, your Mike McDaniels down there in Miami. I would say even, Shane Steichen is in that mix. What are those three guys needing to figure out that the other guys that have had success did? Is it as simple as they need more talent around them? They went to struggling franchises, weren't able to turn them around? Or what does that first group have? What have they done that second group needs to try to emulate?
I think a true identity of, well, number one, I think they need to really identify who they are. Are you wanting to be a still offensive coordinator? Then call the plays. Okay, then you got to be like that, right? You got to take some ownership, right? Then they have to get the quarterback position right. All three of those guys, Tua, come on, let's be real.
Yeah.
Was Brian Flores really that off?
Suspect.
Was Brian Flores really saying stuff to you that wasn't true?
I think it's borne out to be pretty true.
Okay, right. And you think with the Colts, right? You had a chance to bridge the gap and extend your potential Hall of Fame guys that you brought in, Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan. Both of them performed pretty decently. You could have maybe kind of pushed that a little bit longer, but you went in all in on Anthony Richardson. And then you threw him out there, pulled the plug, threw him out there. Oh, Daniel Jones isn't really that bad already. So they missed it there. And then when you think of Ben Johnson, I think it's
way too early to tell.
Way too early to tell. I like him. I like the way that his approach to the game. It works. I think that he understands what it's like to build a team. He's been there and done it. It's going to be, I think, if you can get some really a better connection between him and Caleb Williams down the line, it's going to work out both for him. This is Caleb Williams. I'm going to say it's his best opportunity because I know Kevin O'Connell has affinity for him, but I think this is a really good opportunity for him to make himself a legit franchise quarterback.
I think the other part of it that goes underrated sometimes in the best organizations and maybe sometimes overrated in the worst is the front office. San Francisco's had its own sort of drama, but generally drafted well in Ben Savvy. Minnesota, you rarely hear about any issues or drama coming out of there. The Rams make headlines for the way they splash around their draft picks, but to your point, they draft really well. Miami, been involved in a lot of drama recently. The Bears, obviously it's been a lot of drama off the field, not just on the field for them. And same things for the Colts. And
it's not only to draft well, because the draft is just like, you're drafting the guys, okay, really like Jackson Smith and Jigba for Seattle. Okay, you're drafting him based on what he did at Ohio State.
Right. Oh, he's been really good.
But are you developing him? Develop him in the sense of don't think developing him is like, okay, we're going to get you bigger, faster, stronger, but which they generally do on their own time. But are we using you the right way? Right? Are we positioning you in putting you in positions that over the next 2, 3, 4, or 5 years you can work towards being one of the top 2 or 3 receivers, right? Where you really make that jump where like, okay, he's up there, he's pushing Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson, and he might outperform them in a year. That's what all the teams that have been successful, that's what they're doing. They identify talent, they get the talent, they put the talent in the best position as possible to be successful, and then they let them flourish. And then when you have a franchise quarterback or a potential franchise quarterback, they put pieces around them and they continue to do it. And then they get sneaky good free agent signings. They make timely trades. Philly's done that. They've kind of, slowly but surely fell in love with Jalen Hurts. Is he Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady in the pocket? No, but they say, okay, he has some qualities that you don't get with a lot of quarterbacks coming in the draft. That's leadership, toughness, calmness. And then when challenged, he seems to rise to the challenge. Now they need to get started on it this year. The offense passing wise has not been very good, but that's where you see where they have an identity at quarterback. They see somebody they like. They don't focus on what he can't do. They focus on what he can do. And then when they need him to do something else, they actually put him in a position to, you remember last year with Philly, you can't, you guys don't throw it deep. Well, then that next week, they were lighting you up like a Christmas tree. Then what they do in the Super Bowl? Oh, you think you're going to take us over the top? No, we're going over the top of you guys. Matter of fact, then we're going to beat you just like you beat us the first time. But it's all led by Jalen Hurts. And so that's where I think people miss it. It's no different than in college. You have got to get the quarterback position right. You can't really move on from there. Your perfect example is that Bill Belichick, North Carolina.
Right.
So it kind of stirs the pot, and that's where it really goes. And I think the identity that you want as a coach goes throughout the team. Big part, great point on your point. As far as upstairs, you got to have continuity from the owner, I guess the president, GM, and all that, and how they draft. And are you that type of player? You want another example of it? Look at what Baker Mayfield has been able to do down in Tampa.
With real infrastructure, real support.
But how did it start? It started with the signing of Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Then you hear Jason Light talk about when they go into the draft, is he a buck?
Mm-hmm.
A buck type of player. So what they have a checklist. So they aren't worried about the underwear Olympics. They're looking at all the intangibles because the underwear Olympics is going to be there.
Everyone knows what a good football player looks like.
Yeah.
On the surface. But I think to your point too, with these organizations bringing in that talent, you got to, I think, have in some ways that transformative draft where, okay, this is a Buck, this is a Seahawk, this is a Bill, whatever you have. And to finally have it click like, oh, this works. This is what we need to look for. You very rarely luck into that because, again, the big boards the NFL teams have, they're proprietary. I get it. But I doubt they're too far off from what most other people on the outside see.
No.
You know, like we generally know what a good football player looks like. But then comes the real test on them when they get to the NFL, on their organization. And then for the front office, oh, yeah, we drafted this guy. Now, this guy, 6 years down the road, has a lot of similar traits that remind us of this other guy that we drafted. It worked out pretty well for us. Let's take the guy that looks like a guy we've had success
And
with.
they're also able to do that as far as how they develop their coaches as well, because it's the same, because they're going to have it. Now, they do make some adjustments to that, but their core values is no different than what they look for, because they can't expect a player to be all in if they don't have coaches that aren't going along the same, path or process. So that's how you do it. There's a lot of teams that are doing it right now. Some other teams that need to pick it up some. And, the funny thing is that the old toilet bowl is this weekend. It was the Panthers against the Dolphins.
Okay, kind of thought we had toilet bowl last Thursday or last Monday with Jets Dolphins.
Yeah. That was
another toilet bowl.
Yeah. This is part 2.
Right.
Yeah. And there's only
what kind of diarrhea do you want?
Yeah. And there's one common denominator. Jake's Dolphins.
Indeed. We will not have Thursday night football for you in the NFL tonight. We got high school football. Lincoln at Northeast 4-1 against Lincoln Southwest 1-4. That'll come your way at 6:45 with pregame kickoff at 7. We got one more segment left of hour 2 of Old School right after this.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
This just in, hot off the bench press. Planet Fitness has expanded strength equipment. We're raising the bar with these benches, and our hack squat will have you actually looking forward to leg day. Plus, we're still repping all the best-in-class equipment we've always had. There's no better time to get stronger. Join the club today for $1 down, $15 a month, now through October 10th. Planet Fitness is proud to partner with Boys and Girls Clubs of America to create stronger, kinder communities. See Home Club for details.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
We interrupt this commercial break for an important story.
There once was a man from Nebraska who went searching for food in Alaska. When his stomach was rumbling while laying in bed, he could think of only one option, Führer's cheese spread. So he left it once and drove day and night to return back home for cheese spread delight. Now his stomach is full and the voice in his head tells him no more vacations without Führer's cheese spread. Find yours today at most local grocers.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Schweizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Schweizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at schweizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Go Hog Wild Pit Barbecue.
It's hard to choose a favorite at Hog Wild, but I'd have to say it's their award-winning ribs. Hog Wild buys their meat from those who share their high-quality standards, then hand rubs each slab with their famous seasoning blend and slow smokes them over hickory each and every day for flavor and tenderness you're gonna keep coming back for. Order online at GoHogWild.com. Hog Wild Pit Barbecue, 3210 Cornhusker Highway in Lincoln.
But don't be late, we close at 8.
Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall to Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Back to old school with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We're wrapping up hour 2 of Old School. Austin Norman, Jay Foreman with you, 93.7 The Ticket, ticketfm.com. The segment brought to you by Love Volleyball Nebraska, recently rebranded from Love Volleyball Omaha. Go to lovb.com today for your chance to purchase your season tickets for the first time or renew them for your chance to see former Huskers, national champions, national team players, Olympics players, all that good stuff. I'll take the court for Love Volleyball Omaha. Jay, we got a couple contenders for quotes of the year in the NFL. Number 1, Breece Hall says about the Jets, "We shoot ourselves in the foot, then we shoot ourselves in the head." Yikes.
Dang.
And then Grant Delpit, just today, in front of local media, he was asked why people unfamiliar with American football should choose to be Cleveland Browns fans. Grant Delpit says, "We're a fun team. Cleveland is a great place. It's a lot like Miami. You should come check it out."
That's the best statement right there. He's a lifelong trivia question. Who said this?
Cleveland is a great place. It's a lot like Miami.
Hey, you gotta lie to yourself because Cleveland is nowhere near Miami.
They're both by some water.
Yeah.
They both have
Cleveland's
football
nice
teams and
it's
baseball
nice
teams.
in the summertime, but
and basketball teams.
It's horrible.
The snow's a little different both places.
Yeah, it's literally. But yeah, that is a great quote though. Yeah, come on over to Cleveland. Just imagine if you listen to him. You come on, you hear that kid go, "Hey, I want to go to Cleveland. I love the Browns. That's my new favorite team. All right, I'll take you to, for your 16th birthday. We'll take you to America. We're going to take you to a NFL game. American football is like they say, and you go to Cleveland. Land in Cleveland.
Because it's a lot like Miami.
Yeah.
Mr. 305 is not the same as Mr. 216.
Yeah, that's almost like when Mike Riley took the job sight unseen and said he looked on YouTube. So it happens though. But that is a great quote. And he's from
he's
LSU
guy. Yeah.
Is he from Louisiana?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's see.
That's the best part. He played at LSU. He's playing in Cleveland. And he's like, yeah, this is just like Miami.
He's from New Orleans. Cleveland is just like Miami.
Hey, you know what? They got beef. New Orleans or Louisiana and Florida. He said, yeah, we're gonna compare it to Florida to Ohio or Cleveland and Miami. So take that with you. I'm gonna keep you out of New Orleans. That's funny, man. That was even better. The fact that he played at LSU and he knows what good weather is. He knows the contrast in Cleveland. He said, come on. This is just like Miami.
It's one thing if he's from like Edina,
Wisconsin or something.
or
yeah. Played it like he went
Pewaukee.
to Indiana or something like that. Notre Dame. Nah.
He's from Baton Rouge.
Yeah, Baton Rouge. Yeah, that's the best part, man. That is awesome.
Cleveland and Miami. We're the same.
I like him. He is a quote machine because he's the one that said he's not worried about Derrick Henry.
Right.
He's like, and he did rock Derrick Henry last year, but
Derrick Henry's got to quit fumbling, man. 3 out of 4 games.
yeah.
Now, I'm not mad at it as an AFC fan, but
There's an interesting stat. I got to take off here and do this high school game. I was going to talk about it. Is that the Baltimore Ravens run the ball the least in the NFL on first and second down conventionally with Derrick Henry or any running backs. The least in the league. But
not so fast, my friend.
They're the second most productive when they do it. That's why they're losing.
That is the equivalent of a 45% 3-point shooter.
Yeah.
If your percentage is over 40, you're not taking enough.
I 1000% agree. It's interesting when you think about it. You re-up with Derrick Henry. He just ran for 2,000 last year, right?
Darn near
2,000. And you're not giving him the ball on first and second down?
He has a bigger gripe than A.J. Brown does.
Yeah. A.J. Brown guy, he going to be out of there. I mean, at some point,
Come to Indy. Come to Indy. Come to Indy. Come to Indy.
You need to go to Buffalo. He likes it. He right there. Just quick. You jump on this. Hey, we got you covered, man.
But he's got history with Steichen, right?
Yeah. But you got Daniel Jones. Is it Daniel Jones or Josh Allen?
Lake effect snow or normal winters?
That's true. He was probably killing it. Yeah. If you're him, you got to get out of there because at some point, it's not even about Jalen Hurts. It's just you're not getting the rock.
Yeah. And now, if that happens, I'm not sure Devontae Smith is a
Number
1 for me.
Right.
He needs an AJ Brown.
He's a 1B, a strong 1B, when healthy, and you have a ace in the hole 1A over opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It could be the demise of Philly.
Of the dynasty.
Yeah, that quick.
Remains to be seen. Jay Foreman's on his way to Seacrest Field. Call Lincoln Southwest and Lincoln Northeast. We'll be back a third hour of Old School, though, me and DP after this on the ticket.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
The Lincoln forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds, below around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in season? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Select Plumbing and Utility has been serving Lincoln and the surrounding area for 14 years, and they're not slowing down. Select Plumbing and Utility handles all your plumbing needs from faucets and water heaters to full renovations, and they can even help with your heating and cooling needs. They're also Lincoln's underground experts, repairing and replacing broken underground water and sewer lines since day one. Contact Select Plumbing and Utility today at 402-560-6197, assuring excellence in every situation, opportunity, and challenge. That's 402-560-6197.
Chorizo Construction is now hiring for skilled craftsmen, steel erectors, concrete workers, and general laborers. Suizo Construction offers great benefits like premium wages, health and dental insurance, paid holidays and vacation, 401k with company match, life insurance, and disability insurance. They pride themselves on a legacy of 40 years built on integrity and trust. Joining their team means becoming part of a family that values hard work, dedication, and mutual respect. Apply today at Suizo.com. That's SCHWISOW.com.
Concrete Industries has immediate job openings for precast production laborers and maintenance technicians. Concrete Industries offers great pay, health benefits, 401k, a wellness program, holidays, and paid time off. Apply today to earn a starting pay of $21.50 per hour plus a $1,500 hiring bonus. Concrete Industries is hiring all experience levels and offers on-the-job training. Start your career today as a precast production laborer or maintenance technician. Visit concreteindustries.com.
Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits is your place in North Lincoln to go for all your needs in wine, spirits, and beer. They also have a large variety of cigars in their walk-in humidor, and they have a top-notch walk-in temperature-controlled high-end wine room. Plus, you can enjoy free samples from their tasting bar. There's only one place to go for all your needs for spirits and cigars. That's Wall-to-Wall Wine and Spirits on North 27th Street in Lincoln.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. This month kicks off Koppel's 50th anniversary sale. We're celebrating 50 years by offering an additional $500 discount to the next 100 customers that buy a new vehicle. This is in addition to the huge savings already in place. You can take an extra $500 off our discounted price, or we can cut you a check on the spot. Celebrate with savings and see why customers have trusted Koppel since 1975. It's our way of saying thank you for all these years.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is Old School, sponsored by the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese. Nebraska Football Hall of Famer Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome in Hour 3 of Old School, 93.7 The Ticket and ticketfm.com. Foreman out the door. Foreman's still here. Replacing Foreman, Mr. Pearson, DP, in the house for Hour 3 of Old School. Welcome in, sir. How are you?
Sitting in. Can't replace her.
Well, fair enough.
I can't replace the Hall of Famer. Can't do it.
It's big shoes to fill. Big shoes to fill.
I think my feet are
your feet are bigger. Sorry, Ron. we're both mixing up our our comparisons there.
But I don't know how that works.
Point taken by those driving home in the car. We're here at 1040 O Street. Give us a wave on your way by if you would. We'd love to hear from you as well. 402-464-5685. DP, I do have to get your opinion on that quote that I shared with Jay from Grant Delpit, where he says, Cleveland's a lot of fun. It's a great city. It's a lot like Miami.
No, there's nothing. There's nothing. There's nothing about Cleveland. Orange, maybe?
Maybe.
The orange aspect of it. And I mean just in the colors of Miami Hurricanes. But he wasn't a hurricane.
He was a tiger.
And here's the thing. He's from the Woodlands, Texas. He's not from He went to Florida for IMG Academy to get to LSU. He didn't know. His mom worked with Becky.
There you go.
His mom worked with Becky. So if that gives you any idea, no, nothing. Bernie Kosar. Let's. Is that it? Bernie Kosar. Is that what we're going with?
There's the link.
Yeah.
LeBron ties them together.
Yeah.
Other than that.
Yeah. That really is a short pier.
They're both by water, different water.
Not the same water.
They both have a team in each of the big three. There's a baseball team, a basketball team, and a football team in the city. And that's what I got for
And
you.
neither one has hockey. Is that what we're shooting for?
I guess.
Is that what we're shooting for? They're a lot like they have orange in their colors, and they don't have hockey. And Bernie Kosar, like that would be, and they rented.
Right.
Like, because LeBron's never going back. He's never going. Like he may say he's going to retire there, but that mansion in LA is going to be a thing. Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I think he still has property in South Beach. So that may, I don't know. That would be the full range for me.
Let's go down the road from Cleveland to Dayton, DP. Dayton, Ohio, potentially losing a little bit of its shine as once again there are reports that the NCAA tournament and its committee are inching towards expansion. Maybe 72, more likely 76. That would put 6 games in Dayton and 6 games, according to On3's reporting, at another likely more basketball-centric Western location. So my guess is Boise, step on up. Spokane, Washington, step on up. So you'd have 6 games.
Salt Lake City.
That's certainly in consideration.
Salt Lake City, if you're going to do that.
So you'd have 3 games in
or
Dayton,
Vegas. No, Vegas.
Either one.
Vegas.
But Vegas is going to be in the Final Four game. So that's the beauty of Dayton, is that it's never been the Final Four destination. It's kind of made its mark with the first 4. I don't think that Boise would want to get out of first round and second round rotation.
Was El Paso, Texas not available? Is that where we're Butte, Montana? Was that where we're headed?
Laramie, Wyoming, stand up.
What are we doing?
Fort Collins, playing the Olympic Training Center.
Let's go. Colorado, really? That's Colorado Springs,
right?
Right. Let's send it up to so the Air Force Academy can be represented. No, I don't know.
Sacramento?
Yeah, I mean, that makes Reno.
Sure.
Reno. Like that it's the world's largest small city. Like
send it to Ogden at that point.
Oh dear Lord, no. Dear Lord, they're not ready. Neither is ready.
The teams nor the city?
No, they're not ready. They're not ready.
Are you ready for an expanded NCAA tournament?
I'm fine with more. I'm just, it's no different in football, no different in baseball. I'm fine with more playoffs because ultimately it weeds out good, bad for good. Like it doesn't, I'm not that kind of purist that says, well, geez, it takes away the value of the regular season. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It removes the more stinky teams. It removes the worst teams.
Do you know what really devalues the regular season? Is giving the automatic berth to the conference tournament champion instead of the regular season champion.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. If you make the games good, you can't devalue the meaning of the games. Play the games. Actually play the games. Play them like they have meaning, and then they have meaning. Like that's pretty simple. We know that the NFL is trying to figure out, well, quite frankly, if we're going to suit up and play 20 games, we can't have 4 of them be exhibition games that don't mean anything. We're getting less money and less TV rights and less focus. So let's make more of them revenue games. Yeah, let's do that. Well, that's all they're doing. You're going to add 8 more markets of people who will try to get in, right? Which will expand, which means 24 markets will think they have a chance to get into this thing, to get their heads kicked in, or at least to highlight and recruit. Because if there's an additional 10, 12, 16 teams that make the tournament, they're recruiting. That allows recruiting, television, advertisers, for us to showcase. And you often set the table for how you're going to tell the stories about your better programs when these folks are, because you can't fill 8 hours of game day just talking about Akron.
Who was surprisingly good in the MAC last year.
Right.
Besides the point.
But that's just it. That's really the highlight is, man, they weren't bad in the MAC last year.
Yeah.
But that's when you tell the Duke story. That's when you tell the Georgia and Florida story. That's when you tell the UConn story. Okay, cool. But you think Nebraska would mind if there were 10 additional spots? You don't think that would add some spice to the final 2 regular season games in the tournament? Because you could say, well, we can give that value to tournament teams, right? So teams in their conference tournament. Like if you want to give it value, just say, okay, well, we'll take the tournament champion and the runner-up in these conferences. right? Because there's some one bid conferences.
And that's my preferred outcome. Now,
right?
To be fair, I am fully college basketball pilled. Like, I'm all in on college basketball. It's kind of my jam.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the reason the mid majors are why I'm team regular season championship should matter more.
Okay.
Because you get these teams that have one off night, or someone else plays out of their mind for a night, and the team that proved it over 31 games ends up missing the NCAA tournament. When some of these mid-major teams, whether you're talking about the Missouri Valley with an Indiana State with Robbie Avila a couple of years ago, you're talking about Bradley and Drake, which have both been, borderline 30-win programs the last 2 years. I'm not saying all those spots need to go to mid-majors. They got to kick each other's teeth in, and then you move on from there. I like the idea of getting a 30-3 Bradley team in the dance over the thought of a 17-16 Seton Hall.
Yeah, and that makes all the sense. I mean, this is where those conversations about conference strength and reputation and preseason rankings, because if you're ranked higher up, it takes more to kick you out. If you're lower or left off the list, then it's much more difficult for you to get in. You can say, there's all sorts of parameters you can put on it and say, you know what, if you get into the 25 win category, then you're eligible for these slots.
Selection.
Right? You're eligible for these spots. If you can say above 500 and in the regular season in your conference, you're eligible for it. Right? You can put all sorts of quality boxes in it. It's just a matter of whether, they want to work that hard. And the question, what we haven't asked the people who are talking about this and making that decision is, well, who do you have in mind? What's the ideal? Like, who are you doing this for? Now, the real answer is us. It's checks. Like, it's us. But the reality is you have to ask the question.
So, On3's reporting goes not all the way to answering that question, but there's a couple paragraphs here that say, so how are the 24 teams selected to play in the opening round? That question incited months of debate over the last year between the power conferences and the non-power leagues. Things have recently gotten settled on that topic. The concept currently used to determine the first four will also be applied to the opening round. In the first four, the four lowest seeded automatic qualifiers play one another. So your bottom four rated conference champs, those are your 16 versus 16 games. Okay. And then the last four at-large teams in the field. So
but isn't that presumptive that those teams aren't the better teams? Like the lower seeding, if you're a conference, so is that conference tournament champion lowest seed? Yes. Or is that regular season?
Right now, it's the conference tournament champion. Okay. Out of like the Southland and the SWAC and what have you.
Which is silly, because if you're just winning through and you win your tournament, the low seeding thing doesn't really metric up. Like it doesn't add. I don't care, quite frankly, but I just want to know, make them say it in advance. Let's not just say we're having a party and don't tell me there's a theme. Tell me what the theme is, and I'll tell you how good the party's going to be. If you tell me the mission, because, as a Nebraska fan, how many years were they the last four out?
They haven't really been close that often. I think the year that would come to mind for most people would have been 2017-18, when Nebraska finishes top four in the Big Ten, but still gets a 4 seed in the NIT. That's the team that a lot of people thought was going to go to the NCAA tournament, and then only hosted in the first round of
what
the NIT.
What does that do to the NIT then?
That's just the question. What
does that do to the crown?
That's just the thing, because the NIT is the ESPN event, where it is primarily your SEC and your ACC leftovers, and the crown, the Fox tournament, has been the Big East, the Big Ten, and the Big 12.
Yeah, okay, so I'm old enough to remember the 71, 72, 73 Maryland Terps who were ranked in the top 5, but because the current rule was only one team from each conference, only 4, NC State, Dave Thompson and that crew got in. North Carolina got left out. Virginia got left out. Maryland was top 5 and got left out of tournament. Right. So relative, call Tom McMillan, John Lucas, and complain, right? You call them and complain because you're number 73 and you're complaining about not getting in. Imagine being number 5 and not getting in. So to correct it makes sense. Then the question is, correct to what? Correct to what? Because you can't fix the thing you haven't identified. And what is the problem with the current system? Not enough teams getting in, too many good teams not getting in, too many mid-majors not getting in, too many powerhouse, hey, we can still make money off of mid-level Big Ten conference teams, programs not getting in. What are you trying to fix? Right? That's calling a repair man and saying, well, it's plumbing. You know, I'm an electrician, sir. I got nothing for you. That's not going to fix your problem.
Let's hear from NCAA President Charlie Baker. He says the primary reason for expansion is simple. Grant access to more worthy participants, such as those left on the bubble of a 68-team event. Expansion is, quote, a way to preserve the AQs, the automatic qualifiers, and real Cinderellas, but it's also to make sure some of the best 65 teams in the country who get left out because of the 32 AQs find their way in. There are every year some really good teams that don't get to the tournament for a bunch of reasons. One of the reasons is we have 32 automatic qualifiers for conference champions. I love that and think it's great. Never want that to change, but that means there's only 36 slots left for everybody else. I don't buy the idea that some of the teams that currently get left out aren't good. I think they are, and I think that sucks.
So then just expand it to 98. If you have 30, what would you say, 36?
Yeah, 36 at-larges right now.
And then you want to add 95?
96 is the next step after 78,
right.
Probably.
So 96. So just make it 96. So then you get the people with instant qualifiers, conference champions, regular season champions.
32 of them, a 30-year field right there.
Right. So conference champions, regular season, and tournament. Right. If they're the same, then the second, hey, Austin, you just make a simple rule, right? That the second place finisher gets the second bid automatically. And you can do that for all the conferences. That would simplify a lot, right? That would. The automatic berth for a conference, the regular season champion, and then the conference champion, the tournament champion, or the next available. And then, hey, you know what? If there's a question between the number 2 regular season team and the number 2 tournament team, better regular season record plays out. Right? Did you finish second? Higher in the regular season, larger pool of effect. And then, hey, if it's still a tiebreaker, hey, commissioner, come on in here and tell us who's coming from your conference. Simple biz. You can,
but that's the thing. When you say simple biz, that's what it's about at the end of the day. Which makes even these comments from Charlie Baker about we're not going to get that much more money for it.
Wrong.
Stand out.
Wrong. If you go to 90 and you start it on Monday instead of the play-ins on Tuesday. So you have 2 games on either night. Okay, it's just 4 games on Tuesday and Wednesday. You literally could add 8 more games and just expand it all day, right? Monday and Tuesday, right? And nobody's going to complain about playing on Sunday and then going to play a game on Tuesday. They're not going to complain because otherwise, guess what? You'd be going home. So you could either play in the crappy situation of a Tuesday in Dayton, right? Or Boise or Reno. But okay, you're playing and there's additional revenue in it, right? Because anybody that gets in gets more money. Pays for everything. TV's happy. Big campaign sponsor folks are happy. Boosters are happy because guess what? We're still in the dance, and you get to talk about our program for 3 more days. For 3 more days, you get to talk about a mid-level program.
The mid-level. That's the point.
Well, but
at least to me, in some aspects, right? Let's just look at last.
Some might say the Pinstripe Bowl was a mid-level, right?
I would.
So
I would,
but we win. Happy.
Yeah, better than losing.
Wearing T-shirts to say Pinstripe Bowl champion. Okay.
Yeah. And again, there's a fine line to walk, I think, between only the playoff matters and we need to expand bowl eligibility, need to expand the postseason, because I do think that it does water down the product a little. And again, I'm saying this as someone who thoroughly, dearly, deeply loves and enjoys the sport of college basketball. But the first 4 out last year, just as one example, West Virginia 9-3 in the non-con, or 9-2 in the non-con, 10-10 in the Big 12. Down its best player due to injury all year. Fine, meh, whatever. Your next 2 in the first 4 out, your 9th and 10th place finishers in the Big 10 in Indiana, who is clearly playing out the string by the end of the year, and an Ohio State team who ends up 2 games above 500 with a loss in the Big 10 tournament. Not exciting anyone. Just kind of there. And then Boise State and Tyson Degenhart, who are good in the loaded Mountain West.
Boo-hooing that, it's participation and, don't expand the field and all this. Okay. Let me ask you a question. Do you like college basketball? Do you like college tournament basketball? Do you? Because if you do, more games. It's more games, meaningful games. And here's the thing. You can't name the final 8 teams in the tournament last year. Matter of fact, most people listening can't name the final 4. The people that matter, champions and runners-up. Everything else is recreation. Everything else is participation. Everything else, stop it. Sweet 16, it's wonderful to talk about your team for an extra 2 weeks, right? The additional revenue, okay, that's really cool. That's really cool, right? Additional exposure, maybe help the draft stock, have a couple of good ball games. Okay, give fans a reason to get out of their crappy hometown. Okay, cool. But here's the real. The only ones that matter are the final 2. Final 4, maybe, but 8? If there's somebody out there without Googling who could tell me who the final 8 teams are in the tournament last year, then I will say it has value. But no, it's the people who get to the final 4 that actually got it right and mattered, right? Because everybody else was wrong. You were wrong. All the 1s, 2s, and 3s that don't get there, wrong. If you're a 4 seed and a top 16 team and you make it to the final 4, you won. Because you get to tell people they're wrong. But having the games play and getting to know the stories and the personalities, seeing the players, right? Maybe you get somebody like a Clay Tucker or Harold Arsenault who shows out against a top 16 team. But you get a chance to do that anyway. So then spread it out and allow some folks who don't get to be seen. And that's coaches, programs, players. Because you know what happens in those tournament games? Recruiting for next year, underclassmen. It would be really cool to see some of those players that we may not be familiar with, who might be able to help your Power 4 program. And guess what? What do we say? 60% of the Power 4 programs don't get in. They're not playing. So what are they doing during the first rounds of the tournament? They're scouting. They're scouting and recruiting. And if you're Nebraska and you had a chance to recruit some of the players who aren't happy with where they are in the NCAA tournament, who know how to get there and have success while doing it, but need a new place to do it, doesn't that improve the game? It spreads the fan base. It's all those things, right? So I know we get in our space, but really though, Austin, how many of the final 8 teams can you name?
It was, let me think here. So it was Florida, Texas Tech, Duke, Alabama, Houston.
There's the struggle. And
that was Auburn, Michigan State. So I was rooting against both those teams actively in that game.
But that's my point, that you will go deeper into this thing than anybody listening to the conversation, involved in the conversation. And you can't do it. And that's not a slight. That's me patting you on the back going, attaboy, because you got 5 of the 8. We don't.
I got 7 out of the 8.
The balance of it is for all the Cinderellas who never get a chance, because, I don't know, America loves the Cinderellas way more than they like the powerhouses. They much rather watch George Mason make a Final Four run or VCU than to have a base level UConn team make it to the Sweet 16. There's no, you did what you were supposed to. You spent more money than the other 2 programs combined, and they went farther in the tournament than you did.
America loves it more, but America watches it less. That's been proven.
Well,
Is
no,
that-
but here's the thing. If the opportunity is there, we watch more people watch game day 1 and day 2 than the later ones. You know why? Because
more teams, more fan
something
bases.
cool could happen. Corners of the country watch. Rhode Island, Vermont. You're watching Vermont play a Power 4? Sign me up. I'm all in. Texas San Antonio is in this thing. I don't even know their team nickname. Let's
Road
get
Runners,
it.
baby.
Right, let's get it. But that's the point. Like, if you want more of it, I'm okay if they expand the college football playoff to 32. Okay, what? Tell me how it hurts me. Tell me how it hurts me. Tell me, oh, I have to watch more football. Darn. Doggone it. Force me to watch 8 meaningful football games. 8 more. The nerve of you. The nerve of you to make me watch. Hey, and let's give meaning to the Outback Bowl. Let's give meaning to the Liberty Bowl. Let's give meaning to the Duke's Mayo Bowl. Let's put a meaningful playoff game in those. The same thing can be said. If you're going to go to play at the Delta Center and home of the Utah Jazz, it would be really cool to have meaningful games in there. You could spread out. You could put them in some new buildings. You know what? It might be 4 more buildings across America and 4 more towns with hotels and restaurants and businesses that get to get the support. And they get the business. And the TV certainly ain't going to be mad about it.
Want to get to this from 8757 really quick before we go to break and talk some Major League Baseball playoffs. 8757 says, boo-hoo, you're the 70th best team. Don't feel sorry you didn't get in. Be better. 8 seed is the lowest seed to win a national title. No reason to expand. Of course, that 8 seed was DP.
The 8 seed, say it again.
The 8 seed to win the national title.
That was Syracuse?
85 Villanova.
The miserable. That's why I blocked that out.
I don't blame you.
I blocked the pain.
I don't blame you.
I blocked the pain. What they did to Georgetown is just unacceptable. And they still cheated. They cheated. They cheated. They absolutely cheated.
Tell him.
Dwayne McClain. What is he talking about?
And see, that text from 8757 goes to at least my initial gut reaction is I can agree with a lot of what you're saying until we get down to, yes, it's more NCAA tournament games, more games with meaning. Are those teams really a threat to make a run over the course of 4 weeks? You know, and so
that's not what it's about, though. It's about the one game. It's
getting down to that one game, ultimately.
Get to one game where you have the spotlight, you have the attention, you're amplified, you're elevated, and then for one day, Princeton gives Georgetown the business. That's all that's required. It changed the way basketball was played. It changed how recruiting was done, how coaching was done. It happened. It happens. So that's all that it is. We want the ability for, you know what, Virginia, number 1 Virginia, come on over here and get this loss. Come on over here. What did it force Virginia to do? It forced them to fix problems and get better and win a title.
The next year.
Yes, sir.
Let me use your example, though. Would Nebraska, it's currently constructed, rather go play on Monday in Boise or Tuesday in Dayton, or play in the NIT, get a home game?
Hello, Boise.
I tend to agree.
Hello, Boise.
But I don't want to be in the mindset of the only thing that matters is NCAA tournament. That's the biggest driver, but there's value. We see Nebraska has won an NIT championship before. It's not won an NCAA tournament championship.
Don't matter.
It doesn't move the needle the same, but it still moves the needle.
I would think that most Nebraska fans would trade the crown title that they won last year for the first win in the NCAA tournament. They trade it immediately.
Probably.
Immediately.
Probably.
So get them in there. Get them in there. Get them in there and let them get their first win. Because that's a day we're going to parade down O Street. But you can't do it for the crown championship.
And see, my high and mighty take is I don't want the NCAA tournament expanded because I like being able to lord it over people that actually watch some of the NIT. Which maybe that's a character flaw of me.
But here's the thing. If Towson is if VCU is playing in the NIT, I'm still going to watch.
Right.
I'm still going to watch. It doesn't matter where they play. Wherever Nebraska plays, people are going to watch. Might as well play on the big stage.
Might as well.
Right?
We'll see. NCAA tournament expansion still on the horizon. Would not be for this coming year, would be for 26-27. We'll keep you abreast of that. We got some Major League Baseball playoffs to talk.
Do it.
Detroit onto the ALDS. Cleveland goes home. And Red Sox, Yankees tonight. Some really interesting trivia and history behind that game and tonight's starting pitchers. Diving into that next on Old School.
You're listening to Old School with Jay Foreman and Austin Orman. Download the mobile app and listen wherever you are on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to the Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Hey guys, it's Monet here with The Night Before. Why have you not stopped in lately to see me? If you haven't been to The Night Before in a while, you're missing out. Up to 20 beautiful ladies each night. Newly remodeled bar. Oh, and we now have a 12-foot video wall to watch all the big games on. Come watch a game at The Night Before. Mention this ad and your first beer is $1. Check us out on Instagram at The Night Before Lounge. Hope to see you soon.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 5th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloins for $5.88 each. All natural boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork sausage, $2.49 per pound, and fresh salmon fillets for $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Are you ready to transform your body and your life in just 10 weeks? At Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, our kickboxing challenge combines heart-pumping cardio, strength training, and proven nutrition coaching to deliver real results. Lose fat, gain strength, and feel more confident than ever. Spots are limited. Don't wait. Join the next Farrell's 10-week challenge starting October 11th and take the first swing towards a healthier, stronger you. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, results, not excuses. Join today, fxblincoln.com. That's fxblincoln.com.
Have you heard about Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center? Located at 7555 Pioneers Boulevard, Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center offers compassionate, patient-focused care and provides outpatient surgery services, making it possible to have non-emergency surgery and return home the same day. Advanced Medical Imaging Surgery Center specializes in cardiology, vascular radiology, orthopedics, pain management, and much, much more. Give them a call today at 402-261-1085 or online at amimaging.com.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle-cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Here we are on Old School DP in Austin with you. Don't forget the Lincoln Children's Museum has a great option for you if you're going to the game, not sure your kid can hack it. You can drop them off after you register them at lincolnchildrensmuseum.org for a game day play date. All sorts of great programming focused around science, technology, engineering, art, and mathematics. A football theme all geared around being active. Sign up today. It's probably too late tomorrow. lincolnchildrensmuseum.org. Children ages 5 to 12. Another team moves on in the MLB playoffs. DP, it is Detroit pulling through to take down Cleveland. Guards won the battle. Tigers end up winning the postseason war.
Do Austin, by chance, do you know what the Guards went into this postseason averaging as a team hitting the baseball?
Gosh, their batting average was like 226.
Bro,
something like that.
That's why you're not advancing. You were in danger of the Minoso line, and you were playing wild card playoff baseball. Well done, Major League Baseball. Loved it because guess what? More baseball. More baseball. 226. Yikes.
In progress right now. Let me get this pulled up. We should have the Cubs and the Padres. It is
2-0.
2-0. Cubbies.
2-0 Cubbies. Nick Sanders, the hair on the back of his neck and his knuckles are both standing up.
Nick Sanders is, I know this for a fact, watching the game down at Liquid Assets, friends of the station.
Yes, he is.
Really appreciate them. 27th and Jamie Lane. Make sure you go check it out there. Whether you're
They're feeding us
golf,
today.
They're
feeding us today.
Excited. I think I got the liquid gold.
Yeah.
Is that the turkey melt? I forgot which one I
I
decided.
I went wings basic. I didn't know
Classic.
I didn't know their level, but I went wings. But yeah, and then he's gonna go call a pretty good high school football game. So, looking forward to that.
Indeed.
I'm Austin Orman. It is the time where legends are born.
Indeed. Mr. October got passed last night. Mookie Betts passes Reggie Jackson for a most career postseason hits. Mookie at 79. Reggie Jackson at 78 for his career. One of those legends. But DP,
how many more games?
I don't know, actually. I'll have to look
He's
into
played
it,
a lot. Look,
Mookie's been around the playoffs.
Extra rounds of baseball. Reggie was doing it in the Die Hard.
In the CS and the World Series.
This is all you get, man.
Absolutely. Big game tonight at 7 outside of City of Lincoln in Major League Baseball. We get an elimination game in the postseason between the Boston Red Sox and the New York Yankees.
Merry Christmas.
Indeed. The fourth time we get a winner-take-all postseason game between those two franchises, tied for the most all-time with the Yankees and the Dodgers. DP, you probably don't remember the 2021 wild card game between Boston and New York. That ends up a 6-2 Red Sox win in 2021. You probably remember the other three.
I do.
2004, Boston comes back from down 3-0.
Scrappy.
2003, Aaron F. Boone.
Well, have we given Zimmer his proper nickname? Is he Scrappy Pappy now?
He probably has.
Okay.
He probably has.
Okay.
And then DP. Most importantly, even more important, arguably, than Aaron F. Boone. Today is an anniversary. 47 years ago today.
You have the clip?
Bucky F. Dent.
Do you have the clip?
I did not get the clip.
Oh,
but I know we can talk about it.
Yeah, we need to get the clip. So most important, I actually think that Aaron Boone's was more important. I think that Boone's is more important because situation matters. Situation matters. Boone's shot sent them to the World Series. Bucky's shot simply got them in the playoffs. It was game 163.
I believe we have the clip pulled up.
Gimme.
Let's see. Just make sure we are unmuted. Let's give this a go. Come on, Facebook.
Yeah, and I just wish he had just said Bucky bleep it in it. So 7th inning bomb versus the walk-off take me to the World Series bomb. The thing about Bucky, again, the surprise, because Bucky was a choke up the bat, punch and Judy shortstop hitter. That was not his game.
That rocked it over the monster.
Right. And it goes over the monster. The fact that Yaz's response to it was more surprise, shock, and awe. Like, what just happened? He really just kind of collapsed in the moment. And the fact that they were dealing. Listen,
2-0 in the 7th.
To go through, I believe Mike Torres was throwing, and Mike Torres he's probably a 20-game winner that year. Torres was dealing. He was absolutely dealing, and he just made a pitch that, quite frankly, Bucky would have chased and swung under for 161 games of the year. In that particular case, Bucky knew, I need to get above it. If I get above it, I got a chance to drive it, and he had to be quick because it's a fastball, and he got it and got it turned. Just the response of Boston, the fact that it was in Boston, didn't hurt more to the Red Sox. And listen, it didn't matter who you were rooting for or against. You understood the moment, but yes, the fact that it was Yankee. What we love is that somebody we love rooting against loses painfully. Right. Like, oh, I don't care who gets pain. One of these two is getting pain. And in both of those cases, the fact that it was the Red Sox kind of kept the thumb on the Red Sox as being, 2004 changed the game for a lot. I miss the days of the downtrodden Boston Red Sox. Boston, did it happen again? Did it happen? Did it happen again? Did you go boo-boo again? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. And then the second one, that it began the true evolution of Tim Wakefield, because he hadn't gone full nasty knuckler. He was in that place, and he threw a great pitch. But I guess it's the fact that it was Aaron Boone.
Yeah.
Right? Like there were, conversations and whatnot, other sort of things. That hitting one off his foot certainly didn't, it's like, okay, he's a punch and Judy, and now he's hitting off one leg. He's hitting off one foot, and he still got it out. And then Aaron, it's just the Red Sox reaction. It's just like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
This guy,
we got beat by Aaron Boone, man. It's so iconic, exceptional moments. Yes, the fact that it was Red Sox, Yankees certainly didn't hurt.
Couple notes on tonight's game, per Sarah Langs. The Red Sox-Yankees Wild Card Series Game 3 will be the second winner-take-all game in postseason history between two rookie starting pitchers.
19 innings of work going in for Early.
Connolly Early, if there's not a more Hamptons name.
No, that is a Midlothian, Virginia name. That is a Richmond. Okay. That is the elite area of Richmond, Virginia. He went to James River, which is a money school. It is a money school.
The name reflects this much.
We talk about them like y'all talk about Pius X. That's how they talk about them folks at James River. Oh, you're one of them boys.
Opposing him on the mound for the Yankees, Cam Schlittler.
And you have to be careful. Last night, I had to drop 2 L's, man. I had to make sure. Yeah, I had to get both of those L's in, man. It was going to be brutal. Harrison and I, we took our time with those 2 names. Attaboy, Cam.
The previous matchup of rookie starting pitchers in a winner-take-all game, much easier to say, Dustin May and Ian Anderson back in 2020, the NLCS Game 7. Connolly Early's 5th career appearance and Cam Schlittler's 15th, the first game in postseason history between 2 starters, each making their 15th career appearance or less.
Hasn't Early's lost his last 3 or 4?
Ooh, I don't know. Let's look this up.
Yeah. Well, he's only made 4 appearances, so I think he's lost 3. His last 3.
He has a record of 1-2 in his 4 starts. So I believe he won his debut, which would
mean they've lost the last 3 starts.
They've lost the last 3. So,
the last 3 appearances. I don't know if they're starts.
Yes, they did end up losing. So they beat the Athletics back in September 9th. September 16th starts against them again. They lose it 2-1. Then they lost at Tampa in a game that he started. He allows 2 earned runs and then also allowed 2 to Detroit.
How many runs did they score for him?
So in the loss to Oakland, they only scored 1 run. He gave up 1. In the loss at Tampa, Boston scored 3. Early only allowed 2, but the bullpen gave up 5. And then in the loss to Detroit, Early gives up the 2 earned runs, and Boston scores but 1.
So they don't like him very much.
Look, he's got by dinner.
There you go.
They bought him a good dinner after the game last night.
Can a brother get some runs is what we're talking about. Oh, man.
That'll be 7 o'clock tonight. Boston and New York, a chance to move on to the ALDS and the chance to face, I believe that would be the Toronto side of the bracket.
Yeah, we're gonna stay in. We're gonna stay in division for this one. So, yep.
We'll talk a little bit more. Wrap up Old School for Thursday after this.
Watch Old School live on Facebook, YouTube, or Twitch. Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. 93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Sponsored by John Henry's Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning.
The looking forecast for today, we'll see mainly sunny skies with a light breeze. It'll be warm with an afternoon high near 88. Tonight, clear skies and calm winds, below around 64. And tomorrow, we'll see lots of sunshine. It'll be breezy and hot with an afternoon high around 90. I'm meteorologist Kyle Fletcher for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Join LES at 6 p.m. Thursday, October 9th at the LES Operations Center to learn about the utilities' proposed 2026 budget and electric rates and share your input at the annual public meeting. Learn more at les.com.
Mike, I've been thinking our house could really use a makeover. How about new siding?
I've been thinking the same thing. Have you heard of James Hardy?
Yes. Sarah down the street had Roofing Service Company install James Hardy siding on their home, and they love it.
Roofing Service Company does have great reviews.
They took her through the design process and made everything super easy.
Roofing Service Company offers expert design and installation. Couple that with James Hardy's durable products and variety of colors, you and your family will love your exterior remodel. Just visit roofingservicecompany.com. That's roofingservicecompany.com.
I'm Kirk Herbstreit, and today I'm eating Raising Cane's. I want a solid bench of 4 chicken fingers, crinkle cut fries with Texas toast. Now back to you, Todd.
So the usual.
Make Raising Cane's part of your game day lineup.
Time for a new heating and cooling system? Get the options, brand, and efficiency that best fits your family and your home. Call Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Are you tired of living in pain? At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, they make it simple. From head to toe, spine to extremities, they've got you covered. Their multi-specialty team of experts in orthopedic surgery, plastic surgery, podiatry, physical therapy, and occupational therapy all work under one roof to get you back to living life pain-free. Don't wait another day. Visit prairie-ortho.com today or call them at 402-489-4700. Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins.
This is Rick Heyman with Sartor Heyman Jewelers. Sartor Heyman is celebrating 120 years, and you could win big. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram for your chance to win a $120 gift certificate every week. That's right, we're giving away $120 every week as a thank you for being part of our story. Don't miss your chance to treat yourself. Follow Sartor Heyman Jewelers today. Celebrating 120 years. Sartor Heyman, when only the best will do.
At Fairway Meat Market, your family. And as part of the family, they want to save you money on your meat and groceries. Now through October 5th, enjoy 8-ounce USDA choice bacon wrapped sirloins for $5.88 each. All natural boneless chicken breast, $2.99 per pound. Fresh pork sausage, $2.49 per pound. And fresh salmon fillets for $9.99 per pound. That's all at Fairway Meat Market in the Rockledge Square Shopping Center just south of 84th and Van Dorn.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Underground, who has been serving local contractors and utility contractors all across the state since 1997. When you see the black and white trucks, you know the baddest dudes in the business have arrived. Bauer is currently looking for equipment operators, laborers, diesel mechanics, and aerial linemen. Join the brotherhood built on hard work, authentic people, and pedigree of success. Bauer, a family-friendly company who reminds you, go Big Red!
Austin Norman here. Join me and Jay Foreman for Old School, live from Cornhusker Bank at 83rd and O this Friday for their customer appreciation tailgate party. Larry the Cable Guy will join us during the show, and there's free food and refreshments. We'll be out there for the show starting at 3. You're invited to join us from 4 to 6 p.m. this Friday for Cornhusker Bank's Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party, only at Cornhusker Bank on 83rd and O. Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.
Back to Old School with Foreman and Orman on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
One final segment of Old School for the day. DP, Jay brought this up, and you and I were just going through it. Chuck Foreman moves on into the voting, one step closer yet again to the NFL Hall of Fame. Obviously, we here at the station throw our full weight behind Chuck Foreman, his candidacy, but you were throwing a pretty interesting list of names, at least of some of the positions available here for the committee.
Yeah, it's interesting, and they did it by position, so the senior list and how it works. For Chuck Foreman, and again, I think it's a no-brainer Chuck gets in. Like, this is his time. His biggest competition at the running back position is the guy that won the NFL MVP in Larry Brown, but he had 1 year. He had 3 years as the best runner. Those were the two running backs of the NFL in the 70s on the NFC. Those were the two. That was kind of how it works. Roger Craig, I think Chuck Foreman gets in, and then I think Roger Craig gets in even before Larry Brown. The quarterback position, they have Ken Anderson, Charlie Connolly, Robin Gabriel, Jack Kent, Don Meredith. I don't think any of them get in based on that. I think the defensive line position, if they really wanted to get the 4 people who deserve to get in, it's Chuck Foreman and then these 4 defensive linemen. L.C. Greenwood, Ed Too Tall Jones, Jim Marshall, Harvey Martin. You can do Too Tall and Harvey will probably go in back-to-back years after this. L.C. Greenwood next to Joe Green might be the scariest tandem in all of NFL history. Linebacker, you're not going to go back. Clay Matthews gets the thought. Leroy Jordan just passed, so that's certainly a thing. Tommy Novis in the Atlanta Falcons, but he played on bad teams for the bulk of his career. Mike Curtis, probably most known for close hanging a fan who tried to come on the field and steal a football. Maxie Bond, who I love, but not on this list. Dick Anderson at the safety position. Pat Fisher, former Husker and Redskin, is on the list. 17 years, I believe. Lester Hayes will probably get in before Pat, but Pat just passed, so that may push the needle a little bit. Steve Tasker on special teams, but I think Billy White Shoes Johnson should have gotten in before him. And then at the offensive line position, I think there's 3 names to really pay attention to. Bob Kuechenberg from the undefeated Dolphins, from the Dolphins run. Chris Hinton from your Colts.
Indeed.
But to me, it's time for the NFL, this football committee, to get it right. Joe Jacoby, who made offensive line play sexy. The Hogs built the thing, all of the great plays, all of the meaningful games. Russ Grimm is in, that played next to him. Give 66, give good old Route 66, Joe Jacoby, his flowers. He deserves to get in.
I like it. I'm with your ballot.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Do we have a date for when that'll be officially announced? I know the process takes a while.
Yeah, it takes a while, but yeah, I just, and I don't know what the number, I don't know if they're going to go by position. Do they have a cap on it or whatever it is? But Chuck has earned it to get in. Jacoby has deserved to get in. I would think that if you have to take one defensive lineman, that Jim Marshall, just for longevity's sake, gets in, had the career record, and then Clay Matthews at linebacker, but
senior, not junior.
Right, correct.
Indeed. That'll put a bow on Old School for the day. Appreciate everyone, their thoughts on our Starter Heyman Jewelers text line. Don't forget, tomorrow, Old School's on the road, just down the street from us. 83rd and O, Cornhusker Bank location, their Customer Appreciation Tailgate Party. That's kicking off at 4:30. Make sure you show up there. Say hi to Larry the Cable Guy. He'll be out there like he has been for the last few years. Say hi to us. They got free food. They got free refreshments. Again, Cornhusker Bank, 83rd and O. Come say what's up to the Old School crew. For Jay, for DP, I'm Austin. Thanks for listening. Ticket weeknights and high school football next on The Ticket. Load up on meat and more this spring at The Mercado by Certified Piedmontese, with great selections of T-bones, tomahawks, ribeyes, filet mignon, brisket, sirloin, and so much more. The Mercado has locations at 84th and Havelock, 30th and Yankee Hill, and now 85th and Old Cheney in Lincoln, where you can have $2 draft beer every Thursday night from 4 to 8 p.m. and half-price espresso drinks on Fridays from 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Get to The Mercado today for the best meat in town.